Alright, welcome back, everyone. Another exciting day. The Painting Realms. What's going on, Bill? What do we
Not
got
too much.
today?
How are you?
I'm good. I got this OBR catapult to paint up because I have a feeling that they might be a player in this next GHB.
They got something, huh? You think?
And they got the purple sun, which fixes their
It's
rend
true.
problem.
True.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the theory anyway. What do you got going on today?
I'm trying to get into kill team. So here's a guy that I've already finished, the leader, and
Excellent.
the one I really like, this guy. He's he's supposed to just have like this little hand that looks vaguely demonic, and I didn't get that kit, so I was like, how am I gonna do this? And lobster claw, way better. Just saying.
Lobster claw. That's the way to be. Very Slanesh.
Well, I mean, it's all corny because obviously I'm marking everyone corn because that's me.
Yeah, we
But
hate that guy, that Slanesh guy.
yeah, pretty
hmm
much. So we're just, you just kind of hope that most people don't realize it's from a, Slongar and move on.
yeah. Chaos spawns come in all shapes and sizes, right?
Exactly, something like that.
Yeah. So that's fun. Kill team. Is that big where you are now?
Well, it's just more people like play 4K and and I was like, hey, if I, wants to do some kill team, got that because I'd seen them playing before. They were
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, yeah, I'd love to play. It's like, all right, cool.
And I think that's pretty good for your lunch break setting too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Perfect then.
I got another game of Warcry today though too, which was a lot of fun.
Oh man. That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know enough about Warcry anymore because I haven't played it in a long time, but I guess there's new rules coming with the kit that's out for pre-order now, right?
There's like a little bit. It's weirdly like not too much, although they could do a lot. So basically, the main thing they're adding is reactions, which are
Yeah.
basically you can spend your action on your opponent's activation instead of yours to do something. And you can do them as literally as often as you want, but what it looks like they did to balance it is they're like weaker than if you took your turn normally.
Okay.
So it's like you only kind of want to do it with people you don't really have a plan for,
Yeah.
type of thing. Is what it feels like.
So it's
We'll
like
see how
bad
it plays.
action economy, but it could give really good tempo.
Yeah, something like that, or like let's say you were gonna move up like a few inches and like had nothing to do after that, and they shot at you. There's like a take cover thing that can reduce half of the crits to
Oh,
normal
okay.
hits instead, or something like that. So it's like ah, might as well. I wasn't gonna do anything else with them anyway.
Yeah.
That's like my first reaction to them. There's also like the counter seems pretty okay. So it's basically like for every miss your opponent gets, you do damage back instead.
Yeah. Which is
Um,
cool.
yeah, and but it's like not nearly as good as just attacking yourself
Right.
in most cases. But like if you can find a case where like your toughness is high and but your strength is really low, like with most shield guys, and your attacks are low,
Or if they
it
only
might
have like a
actually.
couple wounds left anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like if they're like going to make sure they kill you off before you die, you can be like, well, all your misses might kill you. There you go.
Yeah. I guess there was like the problem where like having a bunch of little guys was really good. And like that could address that. So if you have like a bunch of guys hitting on fives, they're countered easy.
Yeah, it's possible. Although it doesn't actually like give you any additional actions because you still just each time you use a reaction, it uses up your reaction.
Sure. Yeah.
Or each time you use a reaction, it just uses up your action.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. We'll see how it plays
We'll
out.
see how it play. Yeah. It's
The
really
other
hard to
big
gauge
thing
that
that
one. Yeah.
yeah, the other big thing they seem to be doing is coming out of the compendium that updates everybody.
Oh,
So like
cool.
we'll see if I'm hoping, considering they mentioned it specifically, that like really fast models get a points increase and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Really fast models were really strong.
Is that why the squigs are like so good in
That was
Warcry?
certainly one of the reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that and their quad was like just way better than anyone
Everything.
else's
Yeah.
ever. Yeah.
I remember
So,
that.
yep. Oh, and the squigs flew. Yeah, it
Yeah.
didn't cost enough. Yeah, it was. Yeah, lots of things there.
Mm-hmm. Boy, oh boy. Those squigs are overpowered.
Yeah, in Warcry, that's for sure.
Yeah. That's funny as hell. But yeah.
Yeah, especially considering just how dumpster they are in AOS.
Yeah, I wonder if the Gloomspite changes helped at all.
Oh, what did they get? I don't even really remember.
So Squig's got nothing except for the one that everybody got is that being near the shrine lets you count as being under the light of the moon.
Oh, that's right.
And the
Yeah.
light of the moon, I believe, gave them running charges. So them just
Okay.
always having that is probably a lot, to be honest.
Well, assuming that you can be close enough to your shrine, which what was the range on it? Like 12 inches or something?
Yeah,
Was it wholly within? I assume so.
I think so. But this is like a huge piece of terrain, like the OBR kit sized.
Oh, okay.
So like 12 on
That
that's a
helps a
little bit
lot.
more relevant than 12 on like the Herdstone.
Sure, yeah, of course.
Yeah, so maybe if they go first and they just move up, they'll let you get in way easy. Or like the Crag have Kragnos in your list and
Oh,
they get
that's
the
interesting.
3d6 charge. Yeah, and then you have
Yeah.
the running charge.
Be nice if you could run your army without having to take other things, but that's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, that's true. Well, they're probably getting the book soon, right?
We think so, right? They didn't
Yeah.
get a whatchamacallit, a Tome Celestial.
Yeah. We didn't get a roadmap yet for the. Well, we got like they're going to be two destruction books, but
There's not really only two that make sense. Is the
ogres and gits. Yeah.
ogres and gits, yeah, right?
Yeah. Absolutely. Big C, what's going on, buddy? Don't forget
Hey,
this is on YouTube, so I can watch later. Yep. Yep. These all go up on YouTube later
yep.
because I didn't realize that Twitch like deleted the VODs after some time.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah. So I just wanted to keep them forever. So
Oh,
YouTube
of
they go.
course.
Yep. I think it's good there too. Get some
Yeah.
traction that way. But yeah, time we got. So we got a few more minutes. But yeah, later today, I went to a GT this weekend, which, if you saw the last show, I talked about a little bit in my list that I brought, and we're gonna
Yeah.
go over it soon. But it
No,
was a great time.
no spoilers on how you did though. I was warned.
Yeah, you were warned.
Good or
Not a
bad.
moment too soon.
Yep. Yeah, I was just gonna come right out and be like,
Yeah.
man, sucks you went 0-5, Alex. Jeez. But I was warned not to do that.
Yeah, exactly. And then I think next week we wanted to start brainstorming our custom battle plan or battle
Oh
pack.
yes, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that'd be awesome. And I don't know how you feel about this, but I kind of wanted to do like at some point, maybe not the week after, but like a retro review or like a retrospective on like the Night Haunt tome or another tome like that.
Oh, see what actually turned out to be really good as opposed to what we thought was gonna be good.
Yeah, and be
Yep,
like, where were we wrong?
that'd be cool.
I think that could be cool, and that's like the one book that I know well enough to do that with.
Definitely.
Even though I think like I don't know, because that book's not that old yet.
No, no.
Yeah, it's pretty. So it might be a little early for that even.
You can get some idea already though, I'd say.
Yeah. Or maybe we could do like a deep dive on like a way older faction. That could be fun too. We could talk about slaves for a little bit and see like what kind of tricks we'd want to do in this new world of
I
Galatian
don't
veterans.
know. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. We got some time.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I should get back into Warcry a little bit.
I do enjoy it a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely fun
Yeah,
to be had there.
the game we played today, it was fighting over a cursed treasure in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
So if you picked up the treasure at the end of your activation, you take um, d6 damage. So unfortunately, uh, my opponent did a whole pile of damage to me, and of course I took damage.
Mm-hmm.
So I dropped it like turn 3, and then he picked it up with his big guy, but I got a quad, so I just smashed him. And then it was just kind of sitting out there at the end of the round, which was supposed to be the last round, and I'm like, I think we're just supposed to continue until this happens, but I'm okay calling it a draw. And he was like, yeah, me too. So we called it a draw.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I like the relic missions like that.
They're set up a lot better in the newest tome, or not Tome Celestial. They have a name for it.
Tome of Champions, right?
Helm of Champions. There's the one. Um, where in the match play missions, it's like the like your guys will go on the board. Like one group of guys will go on the board, and then like your opponent's guys will show up behind you the next round
Mm-hmm.
instead of like you deploying on one side and um your opponent deploying on the other. And
Right.
what that does for those kinds of missions anyway means that it's not like you can just like run up, grab the thing, and then run away
Mm-hmm.
and just like stay behind all your guys because that's where they're gonna come in next round. So it makes it a lot more difficult to like find like that sneaky hidden spot.
Yeah. That's a good idea because like the natural reaction would be to just run away.
Yeah, it's like
And if
why
there's
would I stay here?
and if
Yeah,
there's
and then
guys
you
right behind you, of course you wouldn't run away.
yep.
You're
So it
surrounded.
makes it yeah, it makes it a lot harder to just like grab it and like keep it. At least there's like contention for
Deep dive on skits, I double squig dare you. Ooh, I don't know about that. Oh, I don't.
it.
So here's the reason for that. I haven't played against that army or with that army. I think ever.
That sounds right.
Yeah,
Oh, I played against it
you
once.
played against it once. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we could
All
do
right.
our
Yeah.
best, but
Yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it, and we'll
cool.
just be horribly wrong.
We could take the good old Warhammer Weekly approach and talk about how oppressive Boingrat Bounders are going to be.
You think they're gonna be totally oppressive? Is that what's
Oh
going on?
no! So when they did their review for the Squig book or the Gloomspite Gets when it first came out,
Yep.
like historically, like their worst take on the show as like a joke has been that they thought those things were going to be oppressive when the book was brand new.
Oh, and they did absolutely nothing.
Well, nothing is kind of unfair. They were pretty good for that book, but like they're fine, you know.
Yeah, they weren't oppressive
They're
by any
just like
stretch.
they're just like a solid unit, but
Yeah.
they're just like these are gonna be like the meta. And like no,
They were decidedly not the meta.
yeah,
What's our worst take, do you think, so far?
our worst take.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm
I
sure we have a really bad take that like turned out to be awful.
yeah, I think it might like one of them that like sticks with me too is like I didn't like chain rest in the new book because I thought they like went up to like 20 points and they
Yep.
didn't really get anything, but I just didn't fully realize how good the faction rules were for them.
Oh yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
Yeah.
I could say that's a bad take we had.
I mean, we've got plenty of bad takes, but
Yeah, yeah, that's a great question. I'm kind of curious. Kind of want to go back and listen to some of our older stuff. Be like,
well,
oh no, we were wrong.
I probably won't do that.
Yeah,
I have a hard time listening to myself. It's kind of funny.
I do too, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, but, yeah, maybe I won't do that then. We'll see.
I
Yeah.
mean, all the more power to you if you can.
Mm-hmm. I wonder what we said was like insanely overpowered, and then wasn't if we did that.
We
Well,
did say that bounty hunters were going to be all that, and
yeah,
uh,
that might be
whatever
our
the
hot
saying is.
take. Yeah, our hot
Although,
take might be how much we don't like the in-book battle tactics too. I think we're right about that though.
yeah, I don't think that's a bad take.
Yeah, but yeah, we could talk about Squigs. If Lacombe Spike gets.
All right, ready? Here we go. Squigs are the most overpowered thing I've ever seen in my life. They
Yep.
can move like 12 inches sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
and
15
can
if you use
attack
that
really
command
good.
point, right?
Oh my god, yeah, right?
Yeah.
Like, how good is that?
+3 movement.
So powerful.
Yeah, and like you know how many command points they can get? Like you could
Probably a
bring
ton.
yeah, you could bring all the shamans that in the world.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Can you even imagine
Mm-hmm.
if like someone actually could legally run a Gloomspike gets list? I hear they're like banned everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, too good.
All right, I did my best.
Yeah.
Literally, that was my best.
Funny. Funny stuff, buddy. All right. Yeah. So, yeah, let's talk about the GT for a little bit, shall we?
Let's do it. That
Yeah.
sounds very exciting.
So this was Salt City GT that took place in Syracuse. I think there was 40-ish people at that event. But yeah, I took a picture of my list here. I don't have a display board yet. That's the next thing I need to work on, I think. Because I got docked some points in the hobby for not having one.
God, docked points for not having a display board?
Yeah,
Come on.
yeah. But I guess that's an important thing. So I
I
don't
mean,
I don't
I
know what I'm
guess.
doing yet. I had an idea to do like the first level of Castlevania as the display board.
That
I thought that'd be really fun.
could be.
Yeah. But then like I had like an idea where I wanted to put like some sort of drawbridge over a moat and like have the knights and stuff running down it. I
Oh,
think that
that'd be
could be
cool
really
too.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe I make a couple, see how it goes.
yeah.
Bring them to flavor. But yeah. So the idea behind the list was it's Scarlet Doom. So I have 2 units of 20 Blade Geists. And I like units of 20 because if you have anything that has like a threatening Unleash Hell, they just die on the charge if there's only 10. So maybe the play was 20-10-10. I don't know. But I like the 20-20 split. And I brought 2 units of Spirit Host because I was afraid about shooting, which didn't seem to be that prevalent. And I don't know if that's going to be everywhere or if it was just that event, for example. But I
Yeah, it
didn't
could
get.
just be people didn't run those lists just
Yeah,
by happenstance. Yeah.
exactly. I didn't get a ton of mileage out of the Spirit Hosts. But like what I did notice is anybody that did have any shooting, as soon as I told them I could bodyguard it, they're like, all right, I'm not gonna bother shooting the heroes. They're just gonna go after like the Blade Geist instead, which I think is valid because those things are threatening and not that like tanky.
Mhm.
So yeah, I don't
But
know if it was worth it.
so maybe they did more than like because like the chances of you they're more like deterrents, right? Than like
Actual protection.
yeah, because
Yeah,
like the chances of someone actually shooting at them when it's so unlikely to do something.
yeah. But like I don't know. I think you always need at least one because I think you need that.
Right. Yeah, you definitely need the deterrent, I think.
You definitely need the deterrent because if like it doesn't exist, you're like, cool, I'm gonna shoot your heroes, and then your whole army falls apart because you're about like
Exactly.
your hero buffs.
Yeah, exactly.
I just don't know if the right number is one or two. And from my experience, I think it's just one. I want to try just one next.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then that's the time I know I go into like a very heavy shooting, and then I wanted both. But yeah, what would I? One thing I did notice about the list is I had 6 heroes there, and I wish I cut one of them to one of them the spirit host could have been chain rasp hordes. And I think that could have done a lot for me. Like, because you know it's like I don't have a one drop, so I needed to, or I was always like, or let me rephrase this. I never picked who got to go first, right? Everyone either
Yeah.
like under dropped me or battle regimented.
Was one drop still very popular?
I thought it was gonna be completely dead, and it wasn't. But what I've noticed that most lists have pivoted to was like a bounty hunter, and then the rest in battle regiment.
That's what I actually did in my last game. I did
Yeah,
exactly that. Yeah.
I think we're gonna see a lot of that.
Yeah.
I think a lot of books actually do care about the relic though. Like I think Night Haunt do. I think you
Yeah.
care more about the relic than going first because I think you can adapt to either, especially if you have like your chain rest for good screening and good board control.
Yeah, it's like and not only that, but like you sacrifice the relic to try to decide who goes first and then people just, you know, underdrop you anyway and it doesn't matter,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. So I don't know. I don't think I needed all three relics because one I took was the Midnight Tome, which let me autocast the Purple Sun. But what ended up happening every game was I just put it out there with Reikenor first, and then like it never got dispelled throughout the whole game.
No. Did people not even try or just
It's just
didn't
it's
see?
really hard to roll a 9.
Oh, that's true. Because it
Yeah,
costs eight gas, right?
yeah, and
It
it
costs.
got dispelled one time. Also, there were I think at least 5 Purple Suns floating around at that tournament.
So it's a pretty popular thing, huh?
Yep,
It
just that
took a
extra
while for it to
rend.
get there. Here
Yeah,
we are. Yeah. Oh,
it's
that's
like
very
such an
relevant.
important thing. And the fact that it just like can just screw a hero. Like I think
Right.
a Prince for Dry got killed by one.
Oh, did it? Oh
Yeah,
my god.
somebody lost their Marathi twice to it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and I know Marathi has the rule of instead of auto dying, you just take three.
Yeah.
But she had three left,
Oh my goodness.
and like that must have felt terrible.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yep. But yeah, that was the list. But yeah, so I don't know if I needed that extra cast, but I was afraid of like Purple Sun was going to be around. I was going to see like an Arc in the Black or like a Thanquil or something like that that
Yeah.
could really shut down my spell casting, and just getting it out automatically underneath that seemed like what I needed to do. And I could see
Yeah,
if yeah, go ahead.
did people not run as much casting as you normally run? Was that like a thing?
Um yeah, and I think it might have just been like my matchups. One of the games, Seraphon, like definitely did have more wizards than I did.
Mhm.
But the rest of them, I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Like I feel like I was trying to be prepared for a matchup I didn't see at all, but I feel like
Yeah.
I easily could have. Because I think
You
if the
could have
purple
and then
sun's
just
that
been screwed.
important, spell doms are pretty strong.
Right.
Yeah, so I don't know. I even like tried to dispel my own purple sun once, just
Ha,
to like
that's
have
funny.
it the next turn.
Yeah. And you couldn't do it.
Yeah, and something I learned right before the tournament, which was really cool that I did. But you can try to dispel endless spells on both players' turn.
You can?
Yep. So the way it's written, it's like at the beginning of the hero phase, before spells go off, and after like your heroic actions and stuff. You go to the players whose turn it is, and then they get a choice to try to dispel any endless spell, and then they do all of that, and then you get to try to dispel them.
Whoa.
Yep.
That's that's really different than what
Yeah.
I Wow. Does that work for invocations too?
Yep. If you have the power to dispel invocations, yeah, there's an unbind step that both people get to do in the hero phase.
Wow, alright.
Yep. I learned that in Season of War. I'm like, that doesn't seem right, and then I read the core rule, and I'm like, nope, that's exactly right.
That's They don't make that very obvious in the core rules.
Yeah. If you're looking for it, it is, but I
I
wasn't
suppose.
ever. Yeah.
Yeah. Was it the case in second edition too, or was that a change?
I think that was a change into third that we just
Oh,
somehow missed.
that's probably why, yeah,
Yeah.
because like you're like, oh, they do the same thing, okay. You
Yeah.
don't notice the little differences like
Yep.
that. They never like called it out, I don't think.
Mm-hmm. That's a good trick to know.
Yeah, oh definitely.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
All right. What do we got next prepared? So I have some other armies that I thought were really cool. This was a Soulblight Gravelord army. I believe his name was Connor. And it was Prince for Dry, and that's the Arc Villain Minis 3D printed model for the Vampire Lord on Zombie Dragon.
Oh, interesting. So they didn't care about that kind of thing.
Yep, you're allowed to do that.
Cool.
As long as it's
So
very clear what it is.
so it wasn't a like a Games Workshop hosted in any way, shape, or form then.
Correct, yeah. Actually, one of the
That's cool
sponsors
though.
was Creature Caster, and somebody won the one of their Keeper Secrets as a raffle prize.
Oh, that's
And that
actually
was
awesome.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I didn't get to like see it because it was like in the box and unbuilt. And it was like right
Sure.
at the end when the raffle happened.
Yeah.
But like I'd be thrilled with that.
No, of course.
Even though I know that's the guy that you hate.
No, no, it's
Slanesh. Yeah.
okay. I guess.
Yeah.
No, I like some of the Slanesh models. That
Oh
one's
yeah, they're
really
really
sweet.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because you're corn though, you know?
No, I know.
Yeah. You gotta have to fake that fake grudge
I
for fun.
gotta fake the
Yeah.
grudge. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But that army looked really sweet. And this is the Prince for Dry that died to the purple sun.
It was that one.
Yeah. And this army was like had me sweating bullets for like he did very well in the event, I think. Yeah, I think he went 3-2 overall. And his first
Okay.
day he was just crushing it. So like it was really cool to like see that cuz I was like a little bit worried of how they played in this new player handbook.
Yep.
And he had some cool tech where he had like two minimum size skeleton units that he would put in the underworld. And then he would get the Galatian veterans, have two of them in your opponent's zone. and the bonus point if they're both galley vets, and he just dumps skeletons there.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, and it's
That
like, all right,
is
cool.
some fun tech.
Yeah,
It's like, all right, I did it.
you have to turn
Easy.
around and deal with these, or I threaten to score a lot more points.
Yep.
And you spent a turn dealing with 165 points of chaff. So I'm thrilled with
Yep.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, no joke,
But
huh?
he was a great player. He had smart thoughts. I loved that list. And of course, like putting the Coven Throne +1 to hit, wound, and save on Vordry is a power play.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yep. So that list was cool. And I just think his display board's sick. There's like the Vampire Lord in the center here.
Oh yeah.
Got some Blood Knights. Yeah, awesome. This was a Nurgle list. I didn't fight it or talk to the guy who did it, but I just thought the display board was very well done. And like it's so gross but yet colorful. I thought this looked cool. I just snapped it while passing by.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I wish I knew some of the tech, but I didn't get the picture of this army, but one of the Nurgle lists was a Rotbringer Coven, and it had 3 endless spells.
Oh my goodness.
And I think that one ended up taking first in the
Oh
event.
wow.
Yep.
Which three endless spells do you know?
Purple Sun, of course, Quicksilver
Yeah.
Daggers, and the Gnashing Maws.
Oh wow.
Yep.
So like aggressive ones too at that.
Yeah, because like the spells put like disease points.
Oh, do they?
If they cast from the Rotbringer sorcerers, they do. Yes.
Oh, is that like a special rule they have?
Yep. Which is
That's
really
cool.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
And just like his idea for the list was Nurgle's main issue. They don't have ranged attacks and they don't have like speed.
Right.
So like you have to force the issue and like force them to come to you. And his idea was just do a bunch of chip damage with endless spells.
Yeah. There
And
you go.
I know we were a little skeptical on the Gnashing Maws. Because we were like, well, so many things move fast or like fly.
Yep.
But then he made the point of like, yeah, a lot of those armies also have support heroes though that are pretty fragile.
It's true.
And then you just go after them. Like if I brought 65 points of spell and it killed like an Auric War Chanter, I know it can't hit the rest of the army, but I
But
hit
man,
their
it's
like
points
+1
back.
damage buff, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So like that seems kind of worth it. And he's like, well, oh, and also I think like them being Rotbringer too, with the disease points attached to it, is like even
I
if
think
they,
that makes a big difference.
yeah, makes a huge
Yeah.
difference. Yeah.
Yeah, because then they get the disease points on them, and that's like if like how much damage does the gnashing monster do?
So it depends. So it has like a 3d6 move,
Yeah.
and then I think like on a 2-up, you pick one thing in range of it after it moves, and on a 2-up, it takes a number of mortal wounds equal to that roll minus their speed characteristic.
Oh, right. Yeah, so that could do a ton of damage, and then if it doesn't do a ton of damage, the disease might finish it off anyway.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's a really good point about the slow war chanter. You just
Yeah.
3d6 is what
11
on
and a
average.
half, right?
Is that right?
Well, because it's
Am I
three and a
correct?
half per dice, right?
10 and a
Times
half?
3. 10 and a
Yeah,
half,
so
yeah.
10 and a half.
Yep. You're
I
right.
mean, that practically kills it right up, right?
Yeah.
On average, it kills it.
Yeah, exactly. So, like,
That's pretty crazy,
there's
actually.
merit to that thought, for sure.
Yeah,
And it worked out for him.
I might run that in the future. That actually sounds really good when you think about it that way,
Yeah, exactly, right?
right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, sure, it's not gonna hit everything, but if you can just like take out a bunch of little guys, and it does. Never mind. That doesn't. That thought is bad.
All right.
I was
Well,
gonna say like it looks like a corn spell kind of, but corn spells aren't a thing. So we're
yeah.
forgetting. We're forgetting I even brought that
Well, corn spells are a thing when you're brave enough to run the Arcane Tome.
up.
And that
Which
horror gas tech list I was telling you about.
oh, that sounded just goofy.
Yeah. So, like, you bring a corn hero with the Arcane Tome, you make it cast the horror gas, and have it hit your whole army. And then for each unit you roll a dice, and on a 6-up, you get a blood tithe point. And then
What does it do? Just like give -1 bravery or something?
it makes an additional D3 models run.
Oh, so it's like actually nothing.
And I think it shuts off Inspiring Presence if you're in range too.
Oh, okay.
But honestly, that's fine.
Yeah,
You're
especially
throwing
if you're
Blood
getting like a
Warriors,
free
right?
bloodthirst or something. Yeah,
Yeah.
like, who cares?
And you want them to run so you can get your other blood tithe point. Like, all right.
That's honestly true.
Yeah. But yeah, just double hitting them. Yeah, like that's such a smart way to play that book. It's so
Yeah.
funny. Yeah.
It's smart, but also like so antithetical to
Oh,
what
for sure.
that wants to be doing. It's
And then
really
this
funny
is
though.
this is the corn list that you probably want to be running is the bloodthirster list.
Oh heck yeah! Look at
Yeah.
that.
And then you got his
Let's
summon
go.
pool there. And I forget how he did. I think he did 2 and 3
Okay,
overall, but he was definitely
not
just
ideal,
there to
but
have like a lot of fun. He came
yeah.
like dressed like a Mel Gibson from the movie about Scotland. What the hell is that called?
Braveheart.
Braveheart. Yeah. And he came dressed like that, and he had like fake corn paint, like war paint all over him, like
That's
for the blood
amazing.
god. Yeah. Super nice
Heck
guy.
yeah. That's
I
awesome.
forget his name though, unfortunately, but
Right.
yeah, it was really cool. And there was like a guy dressed like a fire slayer too.
Oh god.
Yeah. Oh, he had clothing, but
I
like
was
he had
gonna
the
say I'm surprised he got in the door.
yeah. I forgot. Yeah, he just had like a helmet that was obviously like fire slayer inspired, and he had like the runes drawn on him with like makeup paint.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
It was really cool. Yeah,
Nice.
like how seriously people take this. It's really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like that list just it looked fantastic. I didn't get a great picture of like the lava e bases, but it was a really good looking army.
It seems like it.
This is a KO army that had some dragons with it, which seems like the play.
Dragons, yeah.
Yeah.
If you can, that seems like the play.
Mm-hmm. Um. Yeah, I was a little worried about like KO like performance in this meta. So it
Hmm.
seems like there's a lot of things going against it right now. But like they have the new purple sun and the spell in the bottle, but he didn't bring it.
Interesting.
Yeah, look, he
Because that
didn't.
was actually like one of my first thoughts was like, ooh, KO with spell in a bottle.
Yeah, like that seems good. But there's like we went over our review too. Like a lot of the missions just say, "Oh, you don't get to teleport."
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Did they run any of those missions?
they ran one of them. Yeah,
Did they really? I'm
yeah,
surprised.
yeah. I was surprised too. But one of them they ran too is Total Commitment. If you remember that one, where it's there's only like two of them, and they're like towards the center.
Yeah.
And like I actually had a lot more fun with that one than I thought I was gonna.
Oh, that's
So
good.
I would like redact the review and put that one a little bit higher
Hmm.
rating than what we gave it. But you know what? That's fine.
Was it mostly fun because it was just like, well, we're just gonna fight in the center and it's gonna be a good time rolling dice type of thing?
Um, I would
Or was there
say
a lot more to it?
so. I would say like tactically, I was highly incentivized in that game to play very conservatively, but I really couldn't because the things were in the middle, which made it harder for me to score if I tried to play conservatively.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I think it added something to that game, but we can talk about that when we get to there a
Okay.
little bit more. But yeah, it just felt like it would be like a little smash bash in the middle, and I guess it is, but like it still brings you out of your comfort zone sometimes,
Sure.
which is kind of cool.
Nice.
Yeah. I don't know. I like that mission more than I thought I would, which is cool.
Yeah, that's good.
And then this is a game um where is somebody who brought a mob crusher, a war chanter, or two of them, and then pigs.
All pigs.
Yeah. And I didn't get like a picture of it like on its display board. I only got it mid game. But like
Sure.
this is one of the guys I met, Tyler, and I talked to him a bunch. And his general was the mega boss, of course,
Yep.
but he gave him the arcane tome and touched by the wall. So you give him fasten for the mount trait, so he can move, and then he does the mighty destroyer move. And then what touched by the wall does is it deals d6 or d3 mortal wounds to the nearest enemy unit, and or to the nearest unit, friend or foe. And then he gets that bonus to cast on his next spell,
My goodness.
right? So you just like rush the Maw Crusher up, get him the bonus to cast, you launch the sun, and you get extra rend.
Sounds sweet.
Yeah, yeah that's the red deck wins of this game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
It should be corn. I'm
It should
just
be
saying.
corn, yeah.
It should be.
He's even red. Look at him.
Might I say I love those the objective marker mats.
Yeah.
Those are sweet.
A lot of people, yeah, they didn't provide the objectives weirdly, so people use their own.
Yeah, I noticed that like the one term we went to, it's like, oh, why are there no objectives? Okay, I guess I'll
Yeah.
my opponents just had them, so it was like okay, but
Yeah, I'm gonna
I thought
remember
that was
that for next
weird.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, also if you guys are going to one of these, like bring a cart. Like I have a folding cart and that really, really helped me.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, because one of my buddies who's like, if you ever go to tournaments, get a cart because you could put your book on the second tray, your army on the first tray, and snacks on the third tray.
Snacks.
Yep.
Yes. Required.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's some advice I'd give to everybody. But yeah,
Interesting.
this is this orc player just completely demolishing my soul blight friend.
Oh, it didn't go so well for Soulblade there.
No,
Yeah.
and I think this list was either third. It was third place, yeah.
Third place.
Which I get it.
Yep,
orcs,
me too.
orcs were good. Orcs were still good.
Yep.
And then, all right. So this is our game one, the Grand Alliance Death versus my buddy Michael, who was actually really cool, and he actually worked on some of the war rooms for mini wargaming.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So like it was really cool to talk to him about mini wargaming and like Season of War, 'cause I guess he plays with those guys too.
Nice.
But he brought Thunder Lizards, which was a matchup I was pretty worried about because it's really hard to get the Curlgas Cruciators minus damage on the ranged weapons, and they have a good volume of like damage 4 ranged weapons.
Hmm.
Yeah, they're just a very strong army for a lot of reasons. But like this guy was really just an absolute treat to play against.
Nice.
Yeah. So,
It's always good when you have nice opponents like that.
yep. And then we hung out like for a lot of the rest of the event too.
Cool.
Yep. And then what was the mission? It was Realmstone Cache was the first one. This was one that we were pretty high on too. And I think it's a good mission. You after playing it a few times here, once at the event and then a couple times with friends. I think it's a strong mission. Do you remember this one? Or do you want
Not
me to
off
go
the
over it?
top of my head.
All right. So there's one in the middle, and then at the end of turn 2 before turn 3 roll off, it
Oh, that's
splits
right.
into
Yep.
two. Yeah.
Yep. I remember that.
Yeah, so yeah, this mission was interesting. So I think he made me go first, and then he activated the middle one. And then so the way it, yeah, so I picked the battle tactic where it's the auto easy get one against all odds. That's I think
Oh
what's
yeah,
it called? Yeah, where it's like
that's
have one.
hilarious. That's hilariously named. Against all odds. Also, it's the easiest thing in the world to do.
Yep. Yeah, so I picked that one and I just moved right up. I think I have a couple slides of like closer pictures of our army. So that's how he deployed. He hid all of his shit behind the buildings, which is smart. And then he had his skink front line here. And
Yeah,
then
that makes sense.
I just had like a wall of guys. Ragnar at the side here. So he could put the sun out, move up, and then kind of snake up the side, make him have to come away from the objective to deal with him if he wanted to.
Mhm.
Yeah, Ragnar was my distraction Carnifex for sure.
Distraction card effects.
Yep.
That's a
Oh
funny
no,
term.
what happened?
Uh
Oh no, we're missing a lot of our slides.
oh. Uh oh.
But why though? Hold on. I'm
This is
gonna.
important.
Yeah.
If you have to get them all manually again, I
I'm probably gonna
wouldn't
have
blame you.
to. But you know what? I think that'll be quick.
And worth it.
Yep. So minus. Add files. Open. Okay. And then now they're gigantic. So I gotta fix them. There we go. Okay. See if that works. Yep.
Woo!
Perfect. Okay, so that
I
was
just
my.
saw the resizing happen on my screen.
Oh
That's all
yeah.
it was. Sorry.
Oh man, that's really funny. That threw me off my game a little bit, but yeah,
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
that's all good, man. But yeah, so this is my turn one. I realize that he's gonna have range to shoot anything he wants, and he's got like the 3d6 charge in his pocket. So I tried to be upfront and congest the board, and if he wanted to get into anything, he would have to charge like my whole army.
Seems like the way to do it.
Yeah, that was the play, or the plan for that anyway. Got the point. And on his turn two, he went for against the odds too. But I was able to see these three spirit hosts here in the middle. I was able to redeploy them closer to the objective, and I
Ooh,
denied
very
him
nice.
the against all odds.
Nice.
Yep. And that was a combat with Reikenor where he was twos to wound. You'll see it in a second.
Oh God.
Yep. But that's okay.
Oh, that's so bad.
Yeah. That's how it goes though, man.
Oh, it sure is.
But yeah, and then I think he won the priority and got the double turn. Yeah, yeah, he did. And then he kind of charged in. And then on my turn, I was able to fall back and charge with all the Night Haunt stuff. And I killed two of his dinosaurs on my turn, too.
Wow, that's pretty solid.
Yep. And then I think he got the priority again. But he wasn't able to punch through the Bladegeist wall here. He killed one unit of them on his turn. I think. Yeah, that's what it looks like here. And then he moved the Purple Sun here to try to get to Reikenor. And it failed to kill him, but it gave me the extra rend that I needed to bring down this dinosaur on his turn.
Oh man, so it just backfired horribly.
Yeah,
Oh man.
and like what happened there with Reikenor, which was
Yep.
actually a really cool play, was on his turn he charged Reikenor, and then that's where the combat that went horribly awry happened.
Hmm.
And then on my turn, I was able to desecrate their lands, which is gain control and objective in their territory. And there's like nobody there, so Reikenor falls back his 14, and he just touches it, and it's mine now.
Is Desecrate Your Lands an objective or a terrain piece?
Terrain piece.
Okay. And how does that work? Is it just like be within 6 inches of an objective, or do you have to like?
So
Uh,
controlling terrain.
yeah.
It's 3 inches from the edge. That's how
Oh,
you
okay. It's
count it.
just
Yep.
3 inches. All right.
Yep. And then so he's like nuzzled up right in there, all cute, yeah. Like a
I'll keep
cat on a
like.
fire. Yep.
Yep.
So yeah, I think that was cool. Yeah, even if Ragnor doesn't kill anything, he gets the sun out and then he can do shit like that. Or help
Yep.
you get the line breaker. Or like the grand strat I took was have more more units in my enemy's territory than my opponent does.
Yeah.
And like move 14 is really good at getting that.
Yeah. Move 14 is pretty fast.
Yep. But yeah, that poor Stego got killed. This is turn 4, where I think I made a misplay, where I went to try to kill this for my battle tactic, and I couldn't reach it with the charge.
Oh.
And what I should have done was have the 2 units in the enemy's territory, and just run up and killed the Slon there on his building. Made him come to me, and then on the next turn I could have tried to kill his Stegodon for that battle tactic. But it didn't really matter because I was able to get like a ton of points early on. And his turn 3 to 4, he caught up a lot, but it wasn't enough to like get him the game. So that was
And so that sounds like a one nothing.
1-0 so far, which
Nice.
I felt really good about that match. I think he played it pretty well, and I think it was close. So like that's the kind of fun games we want, right?
Yeah, that's exciting
Absolutely.
when you win the fun ones
Yep.
and the close ones.
Mm-hmm. And he was a really great opponent to have. A
That's
really cool dude.
fantastic.
Yep. Which, coming from like the Magic background, I don't know if that was your experience with Magic too, but like people are there to play the game and win, and they're not there to talk to you. They don't care what you have to say. And as soon as the
Yeah.
game is over, they get up and leave. That was what my worry was about these tournaments for a while, and like that just was not the case.
It's certainly more the case in Magic, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It's definitely a mixed bag. Like,
Hmm.
there's some people that'll be nice and chatty, but
Yeah,
usually not.
most people. I think there's just something about like it's my army and it's like it's very personal to me that
Yeah.
makes people really excited to talk about it and hear about it too.
And also the fact that you're spending like 2.5 hours with this person.
Yeah, that too. Oh, that'd be awkward as hell. They do not want to talk. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there's games like that.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. But I didn't really get many of those, so that's good.
Perfect.
But yeah, that's how that game went. Good mission, good opponent, good game. This is my second opponent, which was Cruel Boys. And like they suck, right?
Yeah.
They're like the lowest tier. And like I'm like, oh, I got this. I got this so hard. I didn't say it to his face, but like I was just feeling like pretty cocky about it. Okay, there's something going wrong with the slideshow. Oh, that's so annoying. Okay.
Did it like import one additional picture and then like nothing else?
Yeah. All right. I guess we're gonna have to do this the dumb way then. yeah,
Just doing a screen share type of thing.
I'm just gonna do it one game at a time. No, we'll see how much mileage we can get out of this one more time. All right, there. All right, there we go. Okay. I forgot to take pictures initially of like the initial deployment, but
Yeah,
he,
that's right.
yeah, his list had a Gargant and Shaman, or the Sledge Raker had Weirden, which helped him ignore spells on a 4-up. I think that's his insurance against the Purple Sun.
Probably.
And then he had one Hobgrot, one um Gut Ripper, and then just Bolt Boys and two Shamans. And so, like, one thing I did not appreciate before this event was the sheer damage that Bolt Boys can do and that number.
Is it a lot?
It's a lot. And we'll talk about that a little more. So, he gave me first turn, because of course he did. He wanted me to get in range of his shooting.
Yep. Checks out.
And I wanted to get the point. So, he did the Warlord trait where it's like you redeploy one unit outside of 9. And he put the Goblins right in the center. And he made that the objective. And like I think his plan was to just bait me to run out and attack them to
Hmm.
get the point because I didn't want to fall behind on points. And I'm like, there's no way he's gonna kill this unit of Blade Guys. He might get real close, but I'll be able to like Spirit Torment and rally him back.
Yep.
So I just ran right up. I killed the Grots, feeling like a champ. And then turn 2 happens. He deletes the unit. Or turn 1 happens. He deletes the unit. I get the turn 2. I charge in. He was able to dispel the Purple Sun, and
Oh,
it got
that sucks.
me to be 6 wounds away from killing the Gargant. Right?
Yeah.
Um, and I know that there were 6 saves that he made that he wouldn't have with the Sun too.
Oh man.
Yeah,
So it would have. Yeah.
but yeah, he was dealing about like 24 damage with all of his shooting and mortal
That's
wounds.
that's a lot.
Yeah, so Blade Geist Revenants can't stand up to that. Not a lot of things can.
Yeah.
Yep. So I basically fed him that unit for free, and then my plan was here is like, all right, I really need the turn after this. Like, I'm gonna try to kill the Gargant. I didn't kill the Gargant, but if I did, I really needed the next turn because he was gonna just shoot off the Blade Geist here. But then maybe my heroes could get into his line and
Hmm.
just like really ruin his shooting and his other support heroes. Because if I can get rid of like the mortal wounds on a 5-up, when I had like enough shooting to do so, I might have been in a much better spot.
Yeah.
But yeah, he came in and he just barely cleaned out the other unit of Blade Geist and then got the double turn and then just
Oh,
basically
that's
shot
good.
me off the table.
Yeah, you got nothing left.
Yeah, and then so that was the end of turn 3.
Imagine there wasn't much comeback from there.
No, so that was a
Yeah.
major loss, but I'm gonna go and say that
One
was
on one.
my fault. I did not respect Cruel Boys nearly as much as I should have,
Huh.
and I
Well,
paid the
now you
price.
know.
Yeah, I mean
Yep.
that's a great lesson to learn, right?
Yep.
Like a little humility, I think goes a long, long way. But yeah, you know what? This is a match though where like I really like. I think I said at the beginning that my worry for the list was like the lack of screening options I had,
Yeah,
and the lack of like small units that could like reach out and touch some points. And I feel like in this game, if I had like a unit of chain rasps, just run out and kill the hobgrots and take the point.
would have made a big difference.
Yeah, because then you would have just shot the chain rasp, and I would have been like fine with that.
Yep.
I think, yeah, maybe I should have done that and tried to deep strike a unit of blade geists, right? And then try to like get in his back line and hit one of the archery units.
Yeah, I think if you were able to get there, you probably would have been in much better shape.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but like the running forward and charging plan did not work
Nope.
for the Night Haunt. But like, yeah, I guess Krill Boys are like they have a lot of damage, but if you can get through that line at all, like they're kind of over. And I think that's why he brought the Gargant. So he just wanted like pure beefcakes to just like
Yeah,
sit
just
there.
give it something else.
Yeah,
That makes a lot of
exactly.
sense.
Yeah, I think Gut Rippers are still horribly, horribly overpointed. It would
I
be nice,
mean,
yeah, because I think that army would work if they were cheaper.
seems like such an easy fix too.
Yep. But yeah, he was still running big yellows too because he didn't have the Gut Rippers made. But he was talking about being curious about trying the Grinning Blades now that like they changed to work every turn instead of the first turn.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yep. So I would like to see that. I think there's merit there.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, yeah, respect everybody, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I think like good players can outperform good armies pretty easily. I think there's a lesson there too.
Oh, definitely. This. I mean, it's a dice game, so you're gonna get some luck. But then there's also the element of like bad armies probably aren't like super bad. They can still do something,
Yeah.
right? And there's like so many times where you could make just an absolutely horrible charge and just throw units away for
Yeah.
no gain, right?
Exactly.
It's kind of like action economy in a way.
Yeah,
Like if you can
exactly.
attack
Yeah.
more than your opponent, you're probably gonna kill a lot more stuff than your opponent.
Yeah, that's
And
actually
so you can
something
make things
too
work.
I wanted to say too, because there's like a lot of like, man, you rolled better than me kind of deals. Like that
Yeah,
feeling comes a lot in this game. But there's also situations where you don't really realize that you put yourself in a situation where they got to roll more dice too, you know?
right.
And
Yep,
so like even if they got lucky, you gave them the chance to be lucky too. And there's something to
yep,
learn from that.
exactly.
And I think that's lost a lot. Or it's easy to overlook.
Yeah.
And I think that's like one of the things I learned. The Seraphon list had bounty hunters with their stegodons. It didn't
Oh,
matter because I always had a
that's funny.
Krulgrast in range, but like I could see a
Sure.
world where that mattered a lot. Like +1 damage on like 10 attacks.
That's pretty good.
It's decent, yeah, and they're like good units anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was a bounty hunter and then battle regiment, and then this guy was just straight battle reg.
Oh, he was just like, I'm one dropping. I don't care.
Yeah, because like I don't think you put um I guess like cruel or gut rippers have that cool interaction with bounty hunters where they deal mortal wounds equal to their weapon damage, and if they're fighting um
Oh, that's interesting.
yeah,
Yeah.
and if they're fighting Galatian veterans, it's 2 damage and mortal 2 mortal wounds on sixes, or 3 if you have the sludge raker in range. So there's like damage there, but it's hard to point them that way because it's like a battalion, you know.
Right.
I don't know. It's something to think about, but I'd like their -1 to hit to just work. Maybe that's a starting point too.
Oh, what's their -1 to hit?
If you're in combat, you get to roll 2 dice, and if it's above the enemy's bravery, they get -1 to hit.
Oh, the scare shields. That's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
They could just be scare shield, -1 to hit, and
They
everybody in the world
really good.
would be
Yep.
happier. Yep.
Yep. Especially if you're gonna have them pointed where they are.
Yep. So I'd like to see that. But like I don't think that army's like as bad as people say it is. And I know
Mhm.
like tournament records show that it doesn't do great. But I think there's also like an aspect of they're not played a lot either too. And I think it's
Probably
just
true.
because like Iron Jaws are like so obviously good,
Yeah,
and I think
for
that steals a lot
sure.
of the light. But yeah, I don't know. I think Cruel Boys have a place, and I think they're pretty solid against Night Haunt too.
Well, maybe yeah, maybe it's just
Maybe
like they
that's
have
their
a few good
place.
matchups, but maybe they have like some really bad matchups too,
Yeah.
which are yeah, because you're actually like quite weak to mortal wounds, right? Because like your defense is in
Yeah.
that you can't be rended, but then you
Hmm.
don't have the you don't really have the body per point count to absorb so many mortal wounds.
Yeah. Maybe like a Grieving Legion list would, but like
Mhm.
Blade Geist Revenants aren't cheap. They're like 175 for 10.
Right, yeah.
So
That's
like you
not
don't.
really good wound economy right there.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's amazing damage economy.
Oh yeah. And
Yeah.
that's where it makes up for it for sure.
Yep. But yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't do anything other than one drop with Cruel Boys unless like something happens to Gut Rippers. Then Bounty Hunter makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Because Expert Conquerors does not make sense because they're fragile.
Yeah.
So this is my round 3 opponent, and it was another a Night Haunt mirror match. And his list had Lady Olander Alrock, had a unit of 30 Chain Rasp with Expert Conquerors, and I think his Spirit hosts were Expert Conquerors too. And then
Oh,
his
interesting. Because they actually use the expert conquerors.
yeah, I used it too actually. It was just my
Oh,
Spirit
oh,
host.
that's right. But you
Yeah,
also had the bounty hunters, right?
yeah.
Right. Okay.
He also has the Bounty Hunters too, where
Oh,
his
okay. Okay.
Blade guy or his Grimghast Reapers were.
Oh, that makes a lot of
Yeah.
sense. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So like I felt a little bad about this match because this guy like came in and I guess like his last match was like it went a little long and it went to time and then like he immediately had to jump into this one and he was
Oh,
like
yeah.
obviously bothered about something else.
Yeah. Hmm.
So like he was just in a very bad mood and like I think his head wasn't very clear at the moment. And then let's see, how did our game go? This was the mission. I forget what it's called, but it's based on like the quarter of the battlefield control instead of objectives,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then nobody
I
could
like that
teleport.
idea.
Yeah,
Yep. Oh, no teleporting. It's kind of.
yeah, and then like he
Eh,
took the teleport spell in Lady Allender, of course,
oh,
and then
yeah.
like nobody could put reserves in, and then he's like, "Oh man, like we can't use any of our shit. There's no skill in this game. Why don't we just roll for it, and then we can go have beers?" Like, no, I want to play,
It's like, yeah, no.
and also like that's completely not true that there's no skill.
Yeah,
Just
agree.
yeah, just
Yeah.
rely on zoning like every other army does.
Yep.
And it's like, yeah, this is the one where like we're equally hit by it. So
Yeah, exactly, right? So, like,
I don't know what your point is. So he deploys, and I outdrop him. So he gets to choose who goes first. All right.
yep.
And then he chooses to go first. Okay, yeah, hold on. He moves everything up to like. So we're deployed 18 inches apart. So
Mhm.
he moves us 8 inches up, tries to argue that it's a 9-inch charge, which mathematically is not right.
Nope.
And then
That
I
can't
also.
possibly be.
Yeah. And then so he fails all of his charges, and then on my turn, I just eat his 2 Grimghast Reapers,
Yeah.
and that's how the turn 2 ended. And then, no, that was just me getting insane dice rolls, though. But then I got the
No.
double turn. And then. I missed some pictures here to take, but yeah, the double turn, and these guys came and killed Lady Allender and the Spirit Hosts. And then I just kind of like circled them around here because I didn't. I killed his other Grimghast with these Blade Geists on the Mortal Wound charges.
Mhm.
Kind of just started circling what's left here of the Spirit Host. Or the, not Spirit Host, the Chain Rasp Horde. And then basically, Alrak runs around, kills a support hero. Reikenor ends up falling back. He charges into Reikenor, and then pulls in these Spirit Hosts into combat, which then kill his all rock.
Oh my
So at the
goodness.
end of turn 3, this is what it looks like. His chain wraps completely surrounded my blade geist, and then the blade geist fought out of it with the help of the other blade geist because they were bounty hunter. And I was able to
Yeah.
shoot his curl gas cruciator off the table before the charges. But yeah, he was just real mad about
Well,
it being all dice roll based, and I just got lucky that round. But I don't know. I think he
it
made
sounds
some
like he fed
mistakes.
you the army. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like, "Here, eat my entire army."
Yeah,
And
right?
you were all like, "Okay,
Yeah.
can do."
And it's like I think he was like clearly flustered about something, so
Yeah.
I feel like bad talking about it like that. But yeah, I don't know. Deep breaths, everyone.
Yep.
That's like the lesson there. But yeah, I don't. Yeah, I think if I went first, I would have just like moved a unit to the left and a unit to the right, not up at all, and just gotten like the table quarters.
Yep.
Um, and then might have been closer there. Like it kind of sucks for him that he got doubled real early, but he left himself wide open to that.
Yeah. He didn't play for any security.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's an important lesson to learn. And then I think I gotta redo the slides again because I think it went back to the. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the slideshow right now.
I don't know.
Yeah,
But what I'm hearing is 2-1 after day one.
yeah, that's a pretty good day one for the first event
Heck yeah, it
you've
is.
ever went to. Okay. Yep, I think this is right. Yeah. Okay. I think I'm missing like the first picture. Yeah. So this was against Daughters of Cain, and it was like the 15 bow snake list with Marathi, and then just like Chaff, and I was very concerned about this list.
Hmm.
Yeah, he made me go first, obviously. My
Yep.
play was to hide a unit of Blade Geist in the underworld, and then drop him on a turn where I was at the bottom, so I had a chance at the double turn in case I failed the charge. But my priority was just like I need to get rid of the bow snakes like somehow. And the plan going in was I need to do 3 damage to Marathi a turn. I got enough shooting. So I'm just gonna fall back from her on every single one of my turns. And just shoot her
Hmm.
with my like ranged heroes and then charge other shit. Just like try to avoid her in combat as much as possible.
Seems like a solid plan.
Yeah, and that ended up working pretty well. So he
Nice.
he went first. And over both of his shooting phases in the first turn, okay, actually, I went first. That's what I meant to
Yeah.
say. I moved up, and then his first turn shooting phase. In the hero phase, he did 1 mortal wound, and then the regular shooting phase, he did 3. And then I made
That's
like
not a whole
most of my
lot.
saves. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that
That's
was
pretty good.
extremely unfortunate for him. But then it makes up a little bit though, because then he got the double turn,
Oh, okay.
and then he got the Blade Geist unit that he was shooting at initially down to 3 models left. And if he was like luckier on the first turn, they would have been all gone, of course.
Yeah.
And it would have been like a real close game, I think,
Hmm.
where I think I'd be on the back foot for a while. But like, yeah, that happens sometimes.
Yep.
And then turn two,
Works out in your favor.
yeah, I think yeah, this guy was Mark. I forget his last name. It's like Gottlieb or something like that. And he writes for Frontline Gaming actually.
Oh, that's cool.
And it was a really cool opportunity to meet him. I didn't
Yeah.
know about him until the event, but I was like, oh, cool. Like he makes content. And it's funny,
Yeah.
I was like telling him about our channel too, and I'm like, yeah, we're like nobodies. And he's like, at the end of the day, we're all nobodies, man. I'm like, wow. I actually really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Like, it really puts it to perspective.
Yep.
But yeah, that was really cool to meet somebody else in that field.
Yeah.
Really cool, dude. And
So now
then,
you mentioned that someone like showed you your video or something.
oh, actually, that was
Who
my
was that?
Seraphon opponent, right?
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
that's fun.
And we were at dinner later,
Uh-huh.
and then he's like, oh, I'm building Night, huh? I actually got a lot of people asking me to do list text with them, which was fantastic.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, and like he wanted to talk about like it, and he's like, "Oh man," he's like, "These guys did like this review that I've been like watching while I painted," and he pulled it up, and it was our Night Haunt review,
That's so good.
and I'm like, "Yeah, that's us. That's me, dude." But yeah, it was so cool.
That is so neat.
Yeah, I'm like, "Well, I hope you agree with what we say, but like I have some differences of opinions now," and I told him that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not
Oh, that's
backing
so
down. I
cool.
still think Jared Scythe Haros are a trap, but
I believe it.
yeah, we'll see as the meta shakes out. I just don't see the point of ignoring Ward when you don't have Rend and you
Yeah.
can't hit on 2-ups when everything else in the book can. But I digress. But yeah, and actually Mark here was building Night Haunt too, and then he's like, "Oh, I wanted to build Bladegeist Revenant list, but I wanted 3 units of it," and then we like took my list apart and then put like the other unit in and added some stuff. He's like, "Well, I don't have a Reikenor yet." I'm like, "Perfect. You
Just
just take the
throw on
arc,
it.
take the Midnight Tome as your relic, and it's fine."
There you go.
Yeah, exactly. But where were we? Yeah, so this was a side view. Like his army looks great. He said it was inspired by something in Star Wars. I can't quite remember, but like I can see it, like the Martian Earth.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I'm not gonna comment because I'm probably gonna look foolish if I do. But
Okay.
well, I I don't know what it could be.
Yeah, I don't know either, but
Not really.
not super familiar with that world. But I like it. It looked really nice.
Yeah.
Great army. Um, see, and then turn 2 happened. Yeah, and then he moved his snakes up here. The harpies here to like hold this point against me, which these Bladegeist Revenants were in combat with Marathi at the time. So he got, and then he was able to kill Reikenor and the Spirit Hosts that were put up here. Dathomir. Okay, thanks for that.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, Aerodron Dominion. Yep, perfect. Oh, bless you. Holy shit. That spooked me. Um, yeah. So that was his turn too. But like Reikenor was up here to like be a distraction piece and like pull him apart.
Action card effects.
Yep, that's exactly what happened. And then I think I missed a picture somewhere in here. Hold on. No, not quite. Okay. So I turned 3. The witches or the snakes were here. I ended up charging in with the Bladegeist. He killed 8 of them on the Overwatch, and then I killed the unit.
Oh God, lost 8 on the Overwatch. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
and then I won the turn 3 priority.
That sounds big.
Yep, I dropped the Purple Sun on top of Marathi, did the last 3 damage to her that way.
Oh, there you go.
Yep, and then the Bladegeist Revenants moved up here to get this point back, holding this one and the middle one. And then the heroes came and picked off her general, or his general, which was the Malusai character that let them be battle line.
Oh, yep, yep.
And then he was left with a unit of Witch Elves and a unit of Heart Renders. Which,
That doesn't sound like much.
yeah. And I was able to get like the rest of my battle tactics. And then he had like a little bit of play, because like you got to play it out. You got to try to get all your battle tactics to hedge your
Oh,
bets.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, and then he eventually got here with 2 Bladegeist Revenants left, trying to kill them for the kill the Galatian veteran thing.
Mhm.
At this point, like I don't know, because I could have like redeployed and made his charge real harder, but like I was gonna win. I think it was pretty clear, and I felt like it was just gonna be a dick move to deny him his battle tactics.
Mhm.
I don't know if like you get more points if you get like more battle tactics than your opponent. I don't know how the scoring really works, but
Yeah.
I figured if like you're already there, like we're gonna work this out. We'll get you the most points you can with me still winning. So I let
Oh,
him
there you go.
charge it, and then I didn't inspiring presence, and then I didn't fail the battle shock anyway. But I tried.
Oh, so you just kept it. They survived anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
it feels because I don't think that would have changed the game whatsoever
Mhm.
if they died or lived for me.
Yeah,
So like on my next turn, he goes and like what's he gonna do? Charge my line? No.
right.
And then I go up and I kill them, or is he gonna run really far away, and then I go up and take the point again anyway? Right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like it just didn't matter. So I don't know what the right call is there. Like what you're supposed to do. What's the sportsmanship thing? But I
Well,
feel like being nice to your opponent is the sportsmanship thing.
I feel like when it comes to like scoring points and stuff, I don't think anyone would take it badly to just like if you play to you know you get as many points as possible. Like you are
Yeah.
there to win, right? So I feel like there's no problem with you know
Mm-hmm.
just keep playing well because you never know something wild might happen that you didn't think of or something, and
Yeah.
then next thing you know, you accidentally gave a game away when you're trying to be nice,
Yeah.
and you certainly don't want to do that.
Yeah. I think in that case, like I think it was fine to let him have that charge.
Sure.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I don't want
Yeah.
to be a kingmaker either. Like like he got more points because I let him, where some opponent didn't, and that might have made the difference in in rank placing later on.
Yeah. No, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I might talk to a TO about that and like figure that out for sure.
I oh, what the scoring is? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because I
I was
just
gonna say for as far as like what you should do the sportsmanship play. I think there's never a problem with if you make the right play for your army,
yeah,
like within the rules of the game. I feel like there's no problem with that.
because I feel like if the points were close, I absolutely would have redeployed. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so if you think that was the right play, if
Mm-hmm.
like in any other situation, I'd say it's just I can't imagine someone being like, "Oh my god, what a dick move! You redeployed then didn't let me get that charge off." Like that
Yeah.
would be really weird. I think.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it just felt right. It was a
Sure.
cool.
Well,
Yeah. So
that's
I don't
fine. There's
regret it.
nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
Yeah. I just don't know what's technically correct.
Yeah.
But yeah, great game. I like what he said too. Is like at the end of the day, if we played this game 100 times, it'd probably be a 50-50.
There
Like
you go.
we both played well. Nobody made a mistake. It looked like I was very far ahead because I got extremely lucky.
Yep.
But I don't think I think even if he killed a unit of Blade Geist on turn one, like he planned on, or like with his double turn, I
Mhm.
still think I had outs in that game, and I still think I would have gotten there, made the charge, and then I got the double turn. So even if I didn't kill the bow snakes on the turn I deployed the guys, I would have the next turn,
Yeah.
right? So I think there still would have been a game, but it's unfortunate that he couldn't take advantage of the luck of the double turn to actually like kill the unit because that
You're
just
saying
ruined the luck for him, right?
sure. You're saying unfortunate, but I'm hearing fortunate for
It's
you.
fortunate for me for sure. Yeah, it's just like if you put yourself in his shoes though,
Oh,
you would
sure.
be so mad, and I know it, and like I get it. I would be too.
Yeah.
What a horrible thing to happen. But at the end of the day, it's just a game,
Yep.
and
And sometimes the luck
we're
goes your
already
way,
over it.
sometimes it doesn't.
Yep.
One thing I think you got to be you can't always be sad about bad luck if it goes, like both ways, right? Sometimes you just have to be like happy that you got the good luck this time because there's going to be the next time where you don't, right?
Yep. Exactly.
So instead of being sad both times,
Yeah.
one for yourself and one for your opponent, just
Just
I don't
have
know.
it. Yeah.
It feels right to be happy, just like
Mm-hmm.
that you got the good luck once. And,
But
it's
yeah.
a rough win, but
Mm-hmm.
I think you're allowed to just be like, yeah, I got good luck.
Yeah. And then we talked about Night Haunt and how to list build them for a while. And he's
Mhm.
like, "Yeah, man, thanks for taking the time to do this." I'm like, "Are you kidding me? It's my favorite thing to do.
Yeah, right.
This is why I'm here, buddy." But yeah, like seriously, if people want to talk about Night Haunt, I'll talk about Night Haunt all day.
All day.
Yeah, that's Captain Talking Night Haunt here. But yeah, so the last game was against Stormcast Eternals, and this was like a mixed arms detachment.
Mhm.
The how do I say this? Like the crux of the list was what's his name? Garda Steel Soul with like the 5-up ward bubble.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, and then he had a chariot out there and a unit of 2 dragons as like I reach out and I hit things while like forcing you to deal with this while my slow moving army gets up there and holds all the points. With like he had the unit of 10 protectors. So like that's just an absolute like meat canyon that you have to punch through.
Oh, yeah.
It's so difficult. They're not battle line here, so like you don't get the galley vet bonus to them. But they're bounty hunters. So
Oh,
like
they're
their
bounty
5
hunters.
attack spears are 2 damage now
Yep.
against some of your key units, and that's horrifying.
Pretty scary.
Yep. I think it was like a really good list.
Did you deal with them by not dealing with them?
The dragons?
No, the protectors.
They were the last thing I dealt with. I'll put it that way.
Fair enough.
So he was able to pretty much dictate what I had to deal with the whole game,
Mhm.
which was extremely powerful because he was battle regiment too, and I think he was 3 drops altogether. Because he had 2 in bounty hunters. It was the dragons and the protectors, and then the rest were in the 1 drop.
I mean, you were kind of one drop too, right?
I
Just
was. Yeah,
yeah,
I just
their
waited for
drops.
them to drop, and then I
Yeah,
go. Yeah.
exactly. And then you
Mm-hmm.
just dropped everything.
Yep, absolutely. So his play, and I knew it right off the bat, was the priest there, the Lord Relictor.
Yep.
He was also a wizard with the Arcane Tome and High or Master of Magic.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So I got to do both.
Yep.
That's kind of
He
fun.
made me go first, of course.
Yeah.
And so my play was like I knew I could not engage him because he was going to teleport the dragons in the backfield and then charge me.
Man, don't you wish you got that matchup against the on the matchup where they couldn't teleport?
Yep. But you know what? I had to use my
Here
big
we are.
big brain and figure it out. And I think there's
Yep.
some hilarious pictures here. Yeah. So I moved these guys just up enough so Reikenor and the Spirit Host could get this point. Conceded that point to him. And then this is me screening out the dragons with all the 9-inch yardsticks I had.
Very nice.
Yep. And I put that Spirit Torment as a sacrificial lamb.
Yep.
And me saying, wow, wouldn't this be nice if this was unit of 10 chain rasps instead? And like they would have
Next time.
actually covered some ground and I didn't have to like do this nonsense.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it worked. And so
That's
like
great.
he was able to fit 1 dragon in the corner, not both.
Also, I couldn't do it.
So he couldn't do it. Yep.
Very nice.
So like that I felt very smart there. And then he came like this. The dragons came, the chariot charged, the spirit host, the dragons failed both of their breath attacks and then
Oh,
failed the
I forgot you
charge.
could even fail them, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. He rolled a
Oh,
1
that's
and a 2.
okay.
I'm like,
Great.
damn. And then yeah, then he got the double turn. Move the dragons up. Oh, we're gonna do this. Okay. Last time.
Wah wah.
Wah, wah. Yeah, I wonder what the hell's going on here.
I don't know.
Head files. Yeah, so here, screened really well. Dragons. And I didn't get a great picture of this event, which I really should have. So on his turn, the dragons came and they shot. I think they rolled a 5 and a 6 this time. And like blew Reikenor like clean off the map, right?
Yep.
Which, alright, that's fine. He was
Yeah.
probably going to die anyway to the chariot combat. And then he moved the dragons down, killed the spirit torment. Because he was afraid to like engage the Bladegeist Revenants with all my
Sure.
support heroes.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, I think that was a great play. So he had he had a pretty good out or play here too. Which I don't we ended up talking about it way later, but we're not sure if it was the right thing to do. I'm
Mhm.
kind of curious what your opinion is when we talk about it. So, you see Reikenor there, like as soon as he's gone, The chariot had a perfect open charge into the curl gas cruciator to kill it,
Oh.
right?
Hmm.
And then so he obviously took that. So
Sure.
he wanted to kill both of my heroes, and if he could kill the curl gas, that would really help with the damage reduction, and then maybe he could shoot off the other one in one of his later turns.
Yep.
He did not kill the curl gas cruciator. He got it
Oh,
down to
okay.
like 2 life left, and then
Yeah.
which the blade geist then devoured the chariot.
Oh, absolutely, they would.
Yeah. So, but in his mind, he thought it was a worthy trade to get Reikenor and the Kurlgast out of the chariot for 165 points, and absolutely so.
Sounds like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
The problem is he didn't actually get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then way later, we talked about maybe a play that he could have done was move the chariot back, retreat it, and then screen the liberators with it. In case I got the double turn, I would have to fight through the chariot and then the liberators. And then on his turn, he would have charged me with the protectors instead of me getting the charge off on him later. I don't know. I think he did the right thing, but that was just another thought we had too.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of hard to see ahead like that, though, right?
Yeah, like plan for the double turn against you. That's
Yeah.
statistically not going to happen. And then if he got the turn, like his protectors would have been trapped behind a wall of liberators that couldn't get out.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
But I guess at
So,
that
who
point you
knows?
give me the double turn, or if he got the initiative rather, not the double turn.
Yeah, I know what you meant. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, turn 3 happened. I got the double turn into turn 3. And then I just charged on the first turn into the Liberators, killed them with the Mortal Wound Blasts. In hindsight, I probably should have hit the Protectors with it. But the Liberators didn't have the ward, and then the Protectors did, so I thought if I cleared them and then fought, I'd get a lot of them dead. And then I killed one Protector,
Boy.
and then he got like the unit down to like 5 on my third turn, and then killed it off
Mhm.
on his turn.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then I think I got the priority from there. Yeah. This was the charge where I popped off all of his guys. And then I think I'm out of pictures there. Yeah. And then so on turn 4, these were gone. I got to go. The Spirit Host and the Heroes charged up the Liberators here. Oh, no, actually. He got the turn 4 double, actually. And what he
I
ended
don't.
up doing. Yeah, on his turn, he killed all these. He moved this Liberator unit up and went to charge this Chain Gas unit. And then he ended, which I think on math he would have killed them because they're only 4 wounds.
Sure.
They do have a 4-up save, but it came down to one of them with 1 wound left. But what that let me do is just retreat and fly over him and grab the point from him. Where he might have
Oh.
been smarter to just stay on the point.
Yep.
But I think he wanted to like kill these off, get some value there, get rid of my +1 to hit to try to weather the storm.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that was the right play to even charge there, but what do you think?
It's honestly hard to like super evaluate everything when you weren't there and
Yeah, that's
playing
true.
and like, just hearing about all the different things.
Sure.
I'm not sure.
But you can see like either side or at least, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a hard one because I was there and I don't even know it was the perfect move. I think sometimes you just gotta take gambles and when then they don't work out, you're like, oh, that was the wrong play, but what if it did work out, right? Then I wouldn't have that
All right.
unit. You'd be getting rid of the +1 to hit bubble.
Yep.
So I think that was the right call, but it just didn't work out.
Yeah, it's really tough because like not all bad,
Bad outcomes
not
are
all
misplays, right?
bad. Yeah, not all bad outcomes are misplays.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
So it could absolutely have been the right play to do, and it just didn't work out in that situation.
Yeah.
But maybe not. It's tough.
But like this was like a close game with like a lot of really thinky moments too.
Hmm.
But like you see like that mission like forced me to have to like come up and kind of put myself in the open to lose some heroes there in order to stay on the map objective wise.
Yep.
Because the game was like a really close score at the end, even all of this saying. So like I don't know if I played it conservative, I might not have won because I just didn't have the points.
Fair.
And I don't know. Yeah. I like this one actually. Like I didn't think I would, but I really do.
You know what that means?
That means I went 4-1.
That means you went 4-1.
Yep. And that
How
means
about that?
I got fourth place overall, and I was awarded best death.
Heck yeah! Where's the
Yeah.
trophy?
Oh, it's upstairs. I can go get it
Don't
though.
tell me you don't have the trophy to show off, Alex.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh
the
my
Vindictors were the
goodness.
one that charged the chain gas. Yeah. Electman was my opponent here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It's good to see
Yeah,
you, man. You want me to go get the trophy?
absolutely. I wanted
All
you
right,
to go
I'll go
get the
get the
trophy.
trophy. Hold
Can
on.
you believe this guy not having the trophy ready to show? Come on. My goodness. Yeah, how about that? Mr. Alex here goes 4-1 at his first GT. That's pretty exciting. How's it going, Alec, man? Uh, Cool. It's nice to have you here. Enjoy the show. So dragons, huh? So, oh,
Yep.
you back already? Heck yeah.
Bill talking trash the whole time.
Of course I was.
But yeah, best death. It's backwards because of the Discord cam.
Well, that's
But
okay.
yeah.
I can see. Funnily enough, I can see it properly.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I think Electman got best order at the event.
Ooh.
So I'm glad I didn't take that away from him. I think you
Yeah.
were 6 overall. I changed my name to Grandelion's best death. Oh my god. I gotta tell you
I'm
though,
tell- you gotta put some accolades down in the description now.
yeah, I really should. Yeah, but like in my friend group, like whenever anyone's like slightly sassy to me lately, I'm like, that's one tone to take with the best death player in all of Syracuse. Like I love that like fake arrogance
Oh
so
yeah,
much as a joke. But yeah, I was really proud of that outcome for like the first day at a tournament.
incredible. Yeah,
Yeah. I'm gonna go to a lot more, I think is the premise. The moral of this story.
yeah, you
Um,
should. Sounds like you had a great time with it.
yeah. And it's just like it's not like as competitive as like Magic was for me. Which like being super competitive in Magic kind of ruined it for me.
Oh, there's definitely something to be said for that. Yeah,
Yeah. But like it's just really cool to meet people, see their armies. And like I don't know, I just like I made some people or like friends with people that I want to like keep contact with for like a while.
that's awesome.
Yeah, right? Like
Yeah,
it's so good. Like I think even if I lost, like I still would have like so much fun. It's so worth it. But like I don't know, I had like a little bit of an imposter syndrome going on where it's like I don't do any events, so if I'm doing book reviews, like I feel like I'm just talking out of my ass, you know?
sure.
It just yeah. It makes me feel a little better that I was like able to show my worth in some sort of setting too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So
and it's
now
like
you can be like, well, now you can be like, or confidently, like, hey, I did well at a tournament. I at least somewhat know what I'm talking about here.
yeah, exactly. And I don't think that's like the end all be all standard of it, but like I don't know.
No,
I
but
think I just needed to prove it to myself that I could do it.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
My list wasn't hyper optimized, but it was still competitive, or at least felt yeah, it felt really competitive. I think I don't know. I don't know. Like hyper optimized means, in my opinion, like you're doing one thing really well. But I think this Stormcast list had the advantage of like it could do a bunch of things, right?
Yeah.
Like it had distraction pieces. It had like range support. It had anvils. I don't know. I think
I
there's
think there's
value to
also
that.
something to be said in Warhammer as opposed to like say Magic, where like you can play, you have thousands upon thousands of people playing thousands upon thousands of games, like really hyper optimizing lists and everything.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's just simply not possible to play as many games of Warhammer
Yeah.
and
Exactly.
really figure it out quite to the same degree.
Mm-hmm.
So like even if you say your list isn't like, the best of the best or whatever, it's quite possible it's pretty close to it, and you might have some tech that, people just haven't thought of or didn't
Yeah.
put together in a certain way or whatever.
I think there's also like a huge thing of like play style in Warhammer that's like really hard to capture in a card game. Because like a lot of value in this game isn't necessarily about like numbers.
Yeah.
It's about like positioning, and there's no way to like quantify math that.
Oh,
Yeah, and
absolutely.
it's like I think there's stuff that like I would play well and you wouldn't, and stuff that I you would play extremely well that I couldn't
Sure.
because of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like my one of my favorite units are like the 85 point flying annoying shits. And like
Yep.
you can't stomach that. You're like this has no purpose for me, right?
Well, maybe to some degree. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not my first choice.
Yeah. But you'd be like why would I run like 160 points of a screen when I can just run another hammer?
I do like hammer.
Yeah. No, there's extreme value to that too, right? And it's just like, yeah, well, how do you know what to deal with when everything has to be dealt with?
Yeah. And yeah, I think
That's a different
like man
song.
has a good point when he says hyper optimized. He's thinking like the one or two net decks from the magic allegory we make.
Yep. Yeah, and it's like you play mono white or the thing that beats mono white right now, or like the aggro deck or whatever. Yeah, and it's just like I don't. There's something like very personal about the game too, where it's like I want to do the best I can with these guys because I love them. Or in like in Magic,
Oh
you
yeah,
just
way
buy the
more.
the good cards, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So there's like a
Yep.
huge bit of that. It's just yeah, it feels really in depth. Overall, yeah, I don't know. I might be extremely biased because I was playing Night Hunt with two curl guests. I don't think um, Bounty Hunters was super impactful, but I'm curious to see how that it played for like other people who had to actually deal with the damage of Bounty Hunter
Yeah, that's a good point
because
because you
I
didn't
could
have
just
to nearly as much,
yeah
and not too many people have those abilities.
yeah
So,
I
but you
don't
said you only got the extra damage off a couple times though
yes
yourself.
yeah
So
it's just because I think it happened a lot against Daughters of Cain, but I'm
yeah,
pretty
that makes sense.
sure I overkilled them to the point where it didn't matter that I had Bounty Hunters
That's fair.
because like that's their thin army.
Right.
And I think I did like 64 wounds, where it would have been like 32, and that still would have been the unit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's like a
Yeah. So
secret
like,
benefit some armies have too. Of like, I think Corn is a really good example of this, where you're running a ton of MSU that died to anything anyway, so
yes.
they're really not getting value out of it.
Right.
Yeah,
That is interesting. Yeah, because
yeah,
it's just gonna get wiped out with the barest touch.
yeah.
Like, yep.
I think there's a lot of armies that actually like capitalize on that. I don't think like I don't think anvils are gonna like really exist because of bounty hunters. Like
Yeah, I mean
remember
that
like
makes it a lot harder. Yeah,
yeah,
unless you're running like protectors and stuff like that.
yeah, exactly. Like battle line anvils won't super exist.
Yeah, and it's funny. It's probably smart to play protectors still as like not as not battle line because like they actually are like a really good target for like especially if you're running in such a blob for
Yeah,
bounty hunters.
and like
Yeah,
yeah, Elect Man would know. Like, what are they? 3 inch reach on their spears too? At least two. Like, I
I
don't
think it
think they
is
need the
three.
bonds of battle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's crazy.
yeah, because I think like yeah, I think GV is just liability for them.
I think so.
Yeah, which honestly, I felt like being GV it was actually way more important than our initial review gave off to.
Oh sure.
Yeah, because I think when we were talking about the what was it? Like the Galatian veterans. Like our first thought was like, oh well, bounty hunters is so off kilter. We need to like reduce these. But I
Or
think
maybe
there's
not.
a lot of like battle tactics and even like the proving ground.
That's true. There are a bunch of the battle tactics, which makes it tough.
Yeah, and I just think bonds of battle is like for Bladegeist was like too good to ignore.
All right, I was just reading what Electman was saying.
Oh, I should too. Yeah. Yes, 3 inch reaches. Yeah.
Killed
Because
nearly 60 Hearthguard Berserkers.
was it how many were rallied back? But
Wow.
yeah,
So it sounds like it does matter in some matchups. Like there's some units that are really weak to bounty hunters, and
Yes.
so maybe that's what to like. I don't think you like don't run the bounty hunters. I think you still want them because it will still give value, right?
Yeah.
But like I think there's some. I think it actually what it more does. It sounds like is means certain units are way less viable
Yeah, like
because of
more
it.
tech guard in my opinion.
Sure, yeah, or like probably like the berserkers there.
Yeah. Yeah, 1 to 2 damage is a huge jump.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Hmm. The one thing though is like I'm starting to wonder is like people put like they made sure they always had 3 units in like a bounty hunter. And like maybe if you don't have anything that can capitalize on bounty hunter that well, maybe you just still stay your battle regiment.
That's interesting. Yeah, that could be.
Yeah.
Well, the interesting thing there though is because like so if you have like some like low like really weak unit that doesn't usually do a lot of damage and like that wouldn't kill like the MSU corn units that are going to die anyway, right?
Yeah.
And now they can. Is that worth it? Maybe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, even you wouldn't normally think it's like it'd be worth it here.
I think Corn actually really benefits from bounty hunter cuz I think they
Yeah.
have like a bunch of like guys with fistful of shitty attacks.
Oh, they for sure do.
Yep.
That's no joke.
Like I think Blood Warriors are actually just like insanely good, right?
You know, I would say that they're insanely good, except they all died last time I played.
Mhm.
Like the very first. Well, then they did like come back and just kill a whole unit on their attack before death thing. So yeah, actually, it did work out pretty good.
Yeah. I don't know. I think them with 2 damage like a whole new
Yeah,
world for the and bounds of battle. So like that like quadrupled their damage output.
I know, right? The
Yeah.
problem is they're 3/4s, which just is
Mighty
top
Skull
damage.
Crushers with bounty hunters. Do they
Oh
have like a lot of
yeah,
attacks, right?
they have much better attacks. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. The lack of Ren still might hurt them.
Oh, it for sure
Yeah,
does.
there's just
Yeah.
like so many units that in this game that I just I can't stomach that well because of just the like Blood Knights. I always think are like the coolest things I've ever seen. And then I play them and then I fail everything because I just don't have Rend, you know?
Yep. Oh yeah. It's like, wait, you actually get that 4-up save? I'm
Yep.
used to you not even getting a save.
Yeah.
What is this? Yeah.
So like it's that makes it a little tough. I think
Yeah.
they're a little bit better in this world because I think most of the stuff incentivizes like 4-up save rather than a 3-up. Like in the monster meta where you just had your monster heroes
Yeah.
with like save stack to hell. But like I think it's a lot harder to do that in a veteran base pack.
So like man, the only reason I haven't been running my Mighty Skull Crushers is because I have this horrible thing. So here we go. Here are some of mine that I got like chilling right here. But the problem is I cannot figure out what in the world to do with the armor, and so they languish forever,
Oh
not
man.
being painted because I like my brain just can't figure out what's gonna look good on that armor, and then they just sit, and I just can't finish them, and it's awful. Do
Maybe
you have that problem, Alex? Ever?
yeah. Not
Yeah.
often, but let's see. I think it's just it's helpful that like I picked my color for my army real early.
So I picked the colors, but then there's just like there's always something that's just like weird about it. Like for these guys, bring it back up. So my main color scheme was like black with this orange and red edging, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so I did that for the beast. I was like, oh, this will look great with the the gold and whatever, and it looks fine. But then I can't do it again for this guy,
Yeah.
which I would normally. That's normally what the color scheme would be, because it would just like blend in at that point. And so
Yeah.
I'm like,
You're
shit, I have
talking
no
about
idea what to do for this
the
guy.
rider armor, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, the red and black look is intentional, but
Yeah, no, that part is intentional. I guess on this guy I had some red and black going there for his armor, but it
yeah,
was
no,
just like it looks fine, but like I'm just like not in love with it. So
yeah,
and
you
like
don't know
most
what
of
to
the other
do.
guys are like yeah, and most of the other guys are like orange and everything that I have, I got like a real orange theme, and this guy's just like
Mm-hmm.
much more normal corn, I guess. But like, it's just like I just don't know. So
I
yep,
get it.
everything's languishing.
Yeah.
I have three more though. I may just try to do the three other ones and just like something totally different, and just see if I can get something I like, and then maybe go back and do those again.
Maybe like a lot more red on the armor then. I don't know. Cause it's yeah, I have
Yeah,
a similar
maybe.
theme for my Blood Knights, where the horse's
Yeah,
armor's black with the red highlight, and then the rider's red.
yeah. I need something like that. I think,
Mm-hmm.
but I just like wasn't really loving how those guys were coming out, so I stopped and I did other
Yeah,
things.
and I'm
Yeah,
sure once a book for them gets announced, you'll be more inspired.
yeah, that too for sure.
Yeah, I think they're in a really interesting spot right now. Of
No,
like,
I'm like excited to try them, but like it's like I don't know. We're
yeah.
actually gonna start up a uh Path to Glory campaign soon. I think
Oh,
we'll see if it
cool.
actually gets off the ground. They
Yeah,
don't seem to very often, but
they really don't know.
yeah. But we'll see if it goes well.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking of running corn just because I've been really enjoying them. So
Ruddy bronze and gold color with the black as accents. Pretty dark
deeper.
with the white washes. Okay, I like that idea.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, shit. I'll try anything.
yeah. Copper's
I
nice.
feel like I need to now show off some of my other guys.
Yeah, you should.
More of an audience. Do I have them
Go
right
get your
nearby?
yeah.
I
Go get
don't.
your
I'll be
Archeon.
right back.
Yeah,
Archeon, that's a little hard to show, but I'll grab some of my corn stuff,
sure.
or maybe I'll grab them too. Whatever.
We'll
Oh,
figure it out. Yeah, yeah. All my stuff's upstairs too. But I forgot like how much actual surface area is on these catapults. I painted two of them. This will be my third one. And I guess while Bill's gone, I'll talk about a list I kind of wanted to run with I think the purple sun plus like being in an infantry meta gives a new lease of life on the catapults. So it's kind of a meme list, but I kind of want to try a triple catapult with the purple sun, Petrifex Elite to give one of them an additional rend, and just have 9 of these attacks at 5 damage each, going at like key targets. I think there's something there because like I think what killed them in this edition so far is all out defense, and then
who we talking about?
I'm talking about the catapult list I want to run. I was telling you about with the
Oh yeah.
triple catapult, and like how all out defense kind of ruined them because
Yeah,
like
it definitely
they
makes
had
them
no
a
rend.
lot
Yeah.
tougher. So here's like a normal blood warrior that I've got. Like it's just the red and black armor, but like that would blend in so hard if I just did that on the Mighty Skull Crusher. That's already that. So what I'm probably gonna do is just do the Mighty Skull Crusher a different theme,
Yeah.
and then just do my normal theme on for the riders. That's what I'm thinking. But for the demons, I brought over Mr. Scarbrand here.
Mm-hmm.
So here's that bad boy. Yeah, I gotta.
He's done 21 mortal wounds to a graveguard or two.
Oh, he has.
Yep.
That he's like my best piece in this army for sure.
Mm-hmm.
He gets shot off the table real easy, but
Yeah.
man, I love him.
Mm-hmm.
The real fun combo I do is with and it's one of the things that like I keep thinking doesn't work for some reason, and like I have to keep looking at it to make sure it's like no, this really does say that. Yeah, no, it still does. So I put him next to the banner guy, which I can remember the
Bloodsecrator.
name of. I swear. There we go. You're so much better with the names than I am
Oh,
on
I
the
know.
spot.
Yeah.
um, and then also next to Wrathmongers. And so as long as he's wholly within 8 of the Wrathmongers and within 18 of the Bloodsecrator, his big axe gets 3 attacks, and if he didn't attack last round, they do 8 mortal wounds on a 1-up, so that's 3 of them for a guaranteed 24 mortal wounds,
Yeah, that's what it is. Yep.
plus plus an extra 8 for any 6s you get, essentially. So it's ridiculous.
Brutal.
It
Yeah.
just absolutely wipes out anything.
Mm-hmm.
And then yeah, just because I agree with you, Alex. I brought over Mr. Archeon. There he
Yeah,
is.
because he's sweet. Yeah.
I love this guy. This guy's so good.
Man, I should
Oh,
have him models
I can't
ready.
get him on screen there, but there
Mm-hmm.
you go. There's Mr. Archeon. Now that list is the list that works really well for me. Him uh, and double Varangard.
Oh
Let's
yeah,
see if I can-
there was one of those at the event too. Actually,
Oh, that's sweet.
I didn't find the pictures, or I didn't find the army to have pictures of them ready. So,
Oh, that's okay.
oops. But yeah, I think it was like Archeon, and then like 2 units of Iron Warriors, and then Varangard.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yep.
Iron Warriors are surprisingly tough, even still.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like for their points, they're quite good.
And
I
then
assume they were running a Zinch mark though.
I don't think so. I think they were doing corn.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice. Next you're gonna tell me, yeah, and they went 1-4.
I think they went 2-3 or 3-2
Two, three,
rather.
three, three. Oh, that's pretty
I
good.
don't remember. There was actually a pure dragons list that like went 1-4, and that really surprised me.
That could have just been like a net decking situation.
It could
Oh, it
have
was
been.
Zinch. Okay.
Oh, was Zinch? Oh, okay. That's a very pretty horse, Bill.
Thank you very much.
Somebody understands the Archeon story.
Yes.
Hmm.
He's quite the nice horse. I like him.
Yeah. Man, I forgot how much surface area is on this freaking catapult, though.
Yeah.
And just like so many, like, oh, missed a spot. Oh, missed a spot. Oh, missed a spot. Like I've been, yeah, it's been almost for 2 hours, and I've just put one color on,
Oh, that's crazy.
or
That's
I guess
crazy for
two
you,
colors.
especially.
Yeah, that's okay. This thing's gonna look sweet when it's done, though.
Oh, yeah. That was one of your prizes, right?
It was actually, yeah. I
Oh,
got
nice.
him, and I built the Liege Cavalos. I did a little bit of a kit bash. I put him on Xantos's mount, and then I gave him a scythe. So that's pretty neat.
Yeah.
And then I got this our harvester that I have not built yet. I'm not sure because part of me is like I don't need 3 of these ever. But you know
Yes, you
what?
could trade it in for something
Mm-hmm.
maybe or something.
Exactly. I primed 60 horrors. Oh my god.
Oh god.
Yeah. I think I know who that is.
Congratulations for building 60 horrors.
Yeah. And I think it's half pink, half or half blue, half brimstone too.
Horrors
God.
are so hard to play.
Yep.
Uh, well, just because of like how much time it takes to get them ready. I feel like.
Mm-hmm. Like granted, like I think they take contrast extremely well.
Well, that's true.
And that's pretty
That helps
nice.
a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd be happy with that.
I am a big fan of contrast.
Yeah, I think they're a great tool. I've done it out of myself. Yep.
Yes, you did.
You can't keep anything from me, the best death player in all of Syracuse. Oh god. Feels a little strange doing that on the internet. People don't know that I'm
Nah.
just being a goof.
Yeah, they do.
Alright, cool.
If they don't, well,
We'll figure
I
it
would
out.
be so embarrassed to be them.
Yeah, for sure, man. With the Archeon list. 2 units of reinforced iron golem. Yeah, Chaos Lord and Chaos Sorcerer. You definitely want both
Yep.
of those.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because the Chaos Lord makes him fight twice. And the Chaos Sorcerer gives him the +1 save.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
That's pretty close to the list that I've run. It's not exact,
I
but
don't think you have the Sorcerer, right?
and I probably should. That's probably actually a really good idea.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because, like,
Although then again, I guess he gives what the sorcerer gives +1 to hit and +1 to wound, right? That's like the spell
and +1
he
to.
has.
That's his spell, and then he just has this thing called Oracular Vision, which gives a thing +1 to save.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
It's
that's
not even
wicked
a
good.
spell, yeah.
Yeah. So it's funny because I run corn to get the reroll ones to hit and the +1 to wound
Yeah,
with Archaon, and then the Varangard obviously get that too, which is super good.
yeah.
But oh yeah, full rerolls on his war scroll spell. Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
that's what
yeah.
it is. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
And that's definitely better. But
Yeah, but you're corn love.
yeah, it still works pretty good. So I
Yeah.
just keep doing it. But I love having the Varangard going in.
Mm-hmm. God.
Hitting on threes, rerolling ones, then wounding on twos, and then doing it all again.
Yep.
It's gross.
Actually, real funny too, because like Alekbet and I were talking about like how much we love like the Lord Castellan from Stormcast, because he's like
Oh yeah,
the 150 point hero with the +1 to like save. Like he can
yes,
just dish
that's
out, yeah.
yep.
And then it's just like the frickin' Chaos Sorcerer Lord is like a Lord Castellan with a free Arcane Tome and like 40 points cheaper.
Pretty crazy.
And like, granted, he
It's because
dies way easier,
yeah,
being
but
like
like
a 4-up save with 5 wounds as opposed to a 3-up with 8.
yeah,
But like, yeah, it's still like that's such a bargain.
oh it is.
Yeah, God, so
Lost to
good.
Slanesh at the end.
Hmm.
Oh, he's saying he lost to Slanesh at the end. He went 2-3.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's another thing. There was like what, 3 Slanesh lists there, and I think
Oh,
a lot
wow.
of them did pretty well.
So you think the buffs really helped them that they got?
Yeah, one of the lists I knew ran like a lot of Bliss Barbs as their battle line,
Oh, there you go.
and I think Bliss Barbs are like, yeah, he used to be like 115. Yeah, the Chaos Sorcerer Lord. Holy shit!
Yeah.
And then he went up like I think 15 points, and he's still like one of the best
Oregon.
heroes.
Yeah.
But yeah, um, yeah, I don't think any of the Slanesh wins lists like won anything, but I just think they got enough changes that they got to do pretty well.
Yeah. People were more confident to bring them.
Yeah,
It's probably what it was.
yeah, and I think yeah, I don't know, just like one more unit. It feels like every list had like one more base unit, and I think that did a lot as far as like depravity goes too.
Hmm.
Because I think now they're just like extras the summoning army because you have one more unit to take damage and not die to get you some depravity points.
Hey, that's something anyway, right?
I think it's pretty big,
Huh.
and it's like you always ran out of your screens like really early because everything was like so expensive that like you couldn't afford to lose it. And like I think Miramadesh Painbringers at their point value now are just flat good.
They went down so much.
Yeah, or they like 120 now.
Yeah, I think they were 160 before.
Yeah,
This was insane. It was like I was looking at that. It's like, oh my goodness, these models are so great, but there's literally no way I could justify ever running these things.
yeah, as like an ally. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I was
Other
gonna try to find any reason to do it, and it was just like at 160, I just can't.
yeah, 120 though. Like
Maybe,
that's a reasonable battle line.
yeah. I'd have to like change everything I do, but you know,
Yeah, yeah, I like them a lot, and I think Bliss Barb's like they're 140 now. Like that seems fair if you like put the Lumineth Archers and the Reavers from Deepkin at 170.
Mhm.
Those things are
Yeah.
so powerful. Oh,
Moved, used Geminids to move across the whole backfield of heroes to ping them for 1 wound to farm depravity. Wow.
oh, that's what the Geminids were doing in that list. Okay, all right, yeah, that's a really cool list.
That's like seeing a horror guest in a corn list and go, "What the heck?"
Yeah, it's like, well, I
Hit
see
your
them.
own guys.
Like, I don't know, Geminids don't seem bad at like, I think they're like 40 points.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, and then they like shut off like inspiring presence. Or no, command abilities in the combat phase. It's like a
Remember when they
roar.
fir- remember when they first came out and they were just like
Oh,
absolutely insane.
yeah, and it's like 2d3 mortal wounds, -1 attack, -1 to hit
Yeah,
for like
I
40
remember
points.
like being like, "Oh, these look pretty good. I'll run those against Alex," and they were just stupid.
Yeah.
I was like, "I'm not." Like after like one more time of doing that, I'm like, "I'm not doing this anymore. This doesn't feel good."
Yeah. I got props for me to discovering they're good. But
Yeah,
yeah. And then they got FAQ to be like, you pick one of the effects, and we're like, yeah, obviously.
yeah.
But yeah. Every spell is gonna be insane at one point. I can't wait till like fifth edition, and then like the Maelstrom thing like actually is playable. And like
Runs
that's
the
the broken
Maelstrom
one.
one.
It's the one that's like 50 points and it like unbinds spells. And if it unbinds like enough, it blows up and does like D3 mortal wounds.
That was played in a list, I think.
No
Some
way.
competitive list. Yeah, because it was like 10 points.
Oh yeah, in like second edition, but now it's like
Yeah,
50.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Wow. It's a funny idea. Yeah,
It's
it
a
turns
free
out
to
free to
play and
play and
Unleash.
unleash hell. Okay. Okay, yeah. Man, I gotta be honest, like most of the endless spells just leave my mind.
Oh yeah,
And like they
absolutely.
shouldn't because like I feel like it's been proved that like they're kind of decent now. Not all of
I
them.
mean, I mean, the tough part is like if it's not good for your army, you're not gonna remember it as well, right?
Yeah.
Like unless it's like super good, and then like you have to always pay attention for it.
Yeah.
But like if it's like a once in a while thing, it's hard to remember.
Mhm. Yeah. I still think the what are they called? The chains? The stuff that like stops charges. I
Yeah,
think those are criminally underplayed.
they seem like they're really good.
Yeah.
Like what makes them not? I suppose the fact that you can't actually rely on it because if they can dispel it and just charge you anyway,
Yeah, I think that's it. And I think there's definitely like a skill ceiling there where like you can shut off your own charges if you're not careful where you put them
that's true too.
because it's not like only enemies are affected by it.
Which it's funny with all this talk about like pinging your own guys with your own spells for damage. It's like it's almost. I mean, that's obviously not what they intended you to do,
Yeah.
but it's almost like they were like, "Ooh, it could hurt you too. Be careful." And instead, you're like, "Haha, it hurts me too. Yes,
Yeah,
I can do silly things."
which I like. It's thinking outside the
Funny.
box for sure.
Oh, definitely.
But yeah.
It's definitely funny though to see. It's like, well, what is the heck does that do? And it's like, oh, I hurt myself.
Yep.
Yeah, duh.
Mhm. It's that and the range. Yeah, the range is very short on Soul Snare. That's a good point.
Oh, is it like you have to put it within like 6 or something?
Yeah, I think it is. They got to be like a triangle within 3 of each other.
Yeah, that does make it tough to place
Yeah.
effectively.
And like I'm like, oh, they're criminally underplayed. I'm like, I don't fucking play them either. So what am I talking about?
So,
Yeah,
well, you definitely wouldn't in the list that you ran last time because you don't want to shut off charges. That's like the
yeah.
whole thing you're doing.
And I guess like I'm just thinking of like Soul Blight where the zombies don't need to charge. And if there's anything else with like the cheater pile in like that,
Hmm.
which honestly probably shouldn't be part of the game.
Cheater pylon's really weird.
Yeah, it's like I ran and I can't charge. Oh, but I'm within 6. Hee hee ho ho.
Haha! I
Yeah,
move in anyway.
yeah. And I could see that being something that like people just hate. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, that's kind
Yeah,
of
what
dumb actually.
zombies have that, and who else has it? That's like common.
I think
There's something else.
there's Knights of the Empty Throne command trait that's that.
Oh, that's right. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah,
Yeah, and like I think it's a little
not
bit
super common
different on
actually.
like a command trait than like a troop
Yeah.
or like even a battle line too. Oh, Sisters of Slaughter have it too.
Oh, do they really?
Yeah,
Interesting.
it's an 8-inch cast and within 3. Yep. Okay, but Arc on the Black can make that a 14-inch range. Isn't
Ooh,
that neat?
it's pretty neat.
It's pretty neat. How neat is that? Sisters of Slaughter and Doc. Yep. They can do the 6-inch pile and a black band. Yep. And oh wow, those are and they're like good too. But I don't see people run them much over Witch Elves just because Witch Elves are like 15 points cheaper. And that book is like all about the buffs, so you just take the cheaper thing a lot of the time.
Yeah. I
There's
think
a
I
lot.
played against Sisters of Slaughter actually,
I
but he
like them.
definitely didn't do that.
Oh, okay. Well, he should have.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah. And then the 2-inch reach whip is actually like a pretty brutal combination.
Hmm. I guess that's not as important now with Galatian veterans.
Yeah. I just like it because like with the 6-inch pylon and then the 2-inch reach, it's like really hard to keep some support heroes alive. And if
Oh,
you're
I see
like,
what you're saying. Oh,
yeah,
you can hit. Yeah. I got you.
Yeah, because you can just like reach around and get them, and they're like, "I'm gonna get you," and they're like, "No, don't," and you do anyway. And then they like learn the value of the 6-inch pylon.
6-inch pylon's pretty crazy.
Yep. I think even if it was worded like the fair way, where they have to be within 3 to be elected to pylon, like I
Yeah,
still
so
think that's
because
really good.
yeah, it's still good, but just not as like weird, I guess. That
Yeah.
it's like, oh, I can elect these guys to pile in because they can pile in far enough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm surprised that isn't worded that way. That you have to pick a unit that's in combat.
Yeah.
You
I
just do
guess.
the cheater piling.
Yeah. I guess the Lumineth have it in the Huracanum Temple units too, and the High Gladiatrix could do it. Yeah. And then she's got like the auto kill attack thing, so you can keep her safe out of combat until like nobody else can fight there, and then you're like, "Ha! Look! I come down, I fight you." Yeah. So I guess
So
Daughters
many.
of Cain have a lot of that.
Look at all these cheaters.
Yeah.
My
These are all
goodness.
people who should be using the soul shackles. That's what I'm
Yeah,
thinking.
I mean, to some extent.
Yeah, if daughters are like paper thin and you don't want to get charged,
Yep.
there might be merit to that actually.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Oh, man, daughters of Cain. God, I miss them so much sometimes. They're so
You
cool,
just
Bill.
you just miss having cheater elves. That's all.
Yeah. I like winning, Bill.
I love how that's just universally like a thing.
Accepted.
Cheating elves in this game.
Yep. Yeah, and then we got like our buddy Teclis who can do anything he wants but play the game.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
He's such an interesting model.
Yeah, he reads like
Real quick.
broken as hell. And then
Yeah.
like we played against him and we're like, "Oh my god, like he deals less damage than a mega boss."
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like in combat, like shit, he doesn't do anything.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
like I know he's got a 5-up board, but he's 16 wins and a 4-up save at
Yeah.
like 840 points, right?
Yeah. But then he just does so much magic that it's like, oh, well, yeah, I guess he just
Mhm.
doesn't play the game and does this instead.
I can't stand him.
Oh, he is the game's biggest cheater. There is no question
Yeah.
about that. Oh my god.
Yeah, you're like, "Man, that was the hero phase. Like what else is he going to do?" He's like, "I'm going to hide." He's like, "Get out of my way!" And he just like pushes like spear guys behind him. Oh my
Yep.
god, they're gonna kill me.
He would. Teclis was actually a lot of fun. I was playing him, but I wasn't running Sentinels. I was like running everything else. So
Yeah.
I feel like that list was just like was really fun and interesting to try to play.
Hmm.
Whereas I feel like with Sentinels, it would be different.
Yeah. And yeah, Sentinels are a little expensive now too.
It's
We
true.
didn't see a single Lumineth army.
Interesting.
Yeah, we didn't see Deepkin when we didn't see either of the new books either.
Oh
But
wow.
yeah. So I wonder what that means.
Well,
It means they weren't there, Alex. That's it. Oh,
they could.
actually, we did
Yeah.
see one Sylvaneth army. And it had like some of the Bug Riders, it had Drycha.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and it came in last.
Oh well.
Yeah,
I don't know. It happened.
exactly. I don't know how those games went at all. I didn't talk to the guy, unfortunately.
Oh, so another thing I thought of, by the way, is
Sure.
that your list may now be in the when the game when GW does their like, here's how everyone's doing. You're going to be one of those data points, probably, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Alekman and I might not get along. No, man. Alekman's a treasure. He gets along with everybody, right, buddy? Yeah. Honestly, yeah, Lumineth not showing up doesn't really surprise me much either. I think I think they're kind of one trick pony right now, unfortunately.
Oh, they're getting a book though coming
Yep.
up. The third battle tome in 2 years. I don't know if it's actually that, but it feels like it.
Yeah. Yeah, the Lumineth quarterly update.
Yeah, exactly.
God, that's funny. Oh, sub noise or follow noise. Yeah, man, why don't my notifications work anymore? Oh well, but thank you to whatever that was. I appreciate it quite a bit. I feel very
I
unprofessional
can't
right
hear
now.
any of them, so I didn't even know anything was happening.
Yeah, something other than Sentinel spam. You know what though? Like,
Yeah.
I think Sentinels are gonna stay exactly the same, kind of like the bows did for Marathi, and then
And just everything else is going to get better.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
I think
can't wait
that's
to see what they
absolutely what's
do
going to
to
happen.
um the hammer temple.
Oh, me too. I
Yeah.
want that to be good so bad. I will finally finish building all of them and play them.
Mm-hmm.
I just need to, I mean, I think they're like kind of okay, but
Oh, thank you, Juno. That's awesome. Have fun at your concert. Other than Sentinel spam and Fox Force 5, let's not forget. Fox Force 5
it's
is
true.
hilarious.
It is.
God. You know, like, that's the kind of list that I feel like I would love to play. And then as soon as I play it and I just see, like, joy just fall from the other person's face, I'm like, no, that's not what I wanted.
Yeah.
Like, I love playing Control so much. Like,
Fox
that's
was
so
really
good.
fun when I played him though.
Yeah.
But like one,
Mm-hmm.
not all of them.
I hope they consolidate. Yeah. Consolidating the Deepkins archery thing was, like, the coolest thing, too. Yeah, I'd like the Sentinels to get condensed a bit too. To be honest, Reavers are like in such a good spot right now. It's funny because like they went up a ton of points and they didn't seem like they got a lot, but like you run the numbers on them and they're just so freaking good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and like that's a testament too about like yeah. I think Aerodron and I actually ran the numbers and like the Reaver numbers and the Deepkin numbers against like an average save, or the Reaver versus the Sentinel numbers were like extremely close against an average save. And the fact that you don't just see like Reaver spam lists, you just see like a bunch of variety stuff in the Deepkin book speaks volumes to the internal balance too.
Oh yeah. And I totally agree with the wind chargers
Mm-hmm.
being good. Like it was like I saw those models like, oh, those are so cool, and then I looked at the profiles. I'm like, what is that garbage? Like, why are they just like completely
Aren't
unplayable?
they like a 5-up save too?
They're really bad. I
Yeah.
mean, I may be missing something and they can do. They're fast, but I don't think so.
I think well they probably are. I don't really know the book well enough to say. Is that like they're like really tricksy, screeny kind of silly stuff. But as long as like the Huracanum exists the way it does, like that's absolutely the best way to do that kind of tactic
Mm,
without like any question. And like maybe one of them can do like similar stuff to like Gossamed archers, but not quite as good
right.
as Gossamids either. And then the fox is just the king of that behavior. So why would you
Exactly.
ever run
Why? Yeah.
an
Why would you
okay
ever
one at
run them?
that? Yeah.
Yep. Exactly. So we got really late, really fast,
Yeah, I didn't realize it was 9:13.
right?
Yeah. You know what? We haven't done a list in a while, really.
Yeah.
I
Let's do
guess
it.
we did my tournament list last time, but
Yeah, it doesn't
I
super
was
count.
thinking maybe we could do what I would change to the tournament list.
Okay.
Talk
Let's do it.
about it or yeah, let's do that one. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me pull up War Scroll Builder.
Yeah, that makes sense. 2 wounds apiece. Rend one of the shooting. Got a bunch of movement tricks. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just I feel like the shooting is just disappointing though, because what do you get, one shot each, I think.
I think so. Yeah.
So I mean they can move and they can try to snipe stuff, but like
War Scroll Builder.
That's probably the type of unit that's just not for me. They're probably kind of underpowered, but like also like not my style. I want bigger numbers, please. Let me hit harder. And
Yeah.
they do everything but that.
Okay. So, horse scroll builder. Let me do a little zoop. Make
Little zoop zoop.
um hold on. It's being a little difficult for me right now. Okay. I guess that's as big as it goes. All right, fine.
Yeah, it's readable.
All right, cool. So death. Let me put in the army. It was Nighthaunt. It was Scarlet Doom. It was Shaiish. Take what's theirs. More units in the enemy zone than in mine. Let's see, we had Guardian of Souls, General, Master of Magic. He had the book that let him autocast Midnight Tome. I gave him Sealess Shaiish, which is the 5-up ward. And I'm just going to ignore the battalions part of this.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So we had Gas Cruciator, Gas Cruciator, Reikenor, Spirit Torment twice. And then for battle line, Bladegeist Revs, Spirit Host, Reinforced. Um, Chain Gassed. And the
Yeah.
spell was Purple Sun. That was the list.
So like man was saying, 3-inch reach with their melee also, so they can like do weird corner charges and stuff and
Yeah, like,
engage minimum risk, but it just doesn't work.
mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Like,
Anyway,
yeah, he's
yeah.
definitely right. Oh man, it's just they might be like almost there. I don't know. Maybe they just need to be cheap.
I
Maybe they
need
just need to
something.
be a battle line option, and then you just have
Maybe
like this weird techie op. Yeah, I don't know.
give them some more damage and
I wouldn't mind another
let
shooting
them hit
attack on
stuff.
them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
Anyway,
see. Anyway, yeah. So the
back to
lists,
the list in hand.
yeah. So my first thought is that I really wanted chaff, so I'm gonna put 2 units of chain rasp in, like minimum size, just so they can run up the board, touch stuff. But we're wildly over on points, so I think we need to cut at least one hero. So my first thought is to cut a Spirit Torment.
Glad you didn't need the both of them.
The both of them definitely helped, but I can't cut the Guardian of Souls because I need the +1 wound bubble.
Sure.
And I think the 2 Curl Gas is going to do more for survivability than the 2 um, Spirit Torments.
Yep.
Is the thing. And the other option is maybe cut Reikenor. I don't, but like I want him to help power out the Purple Sun.
Right, and he sounds like he did a pretty good job of doing that.
Yeah. And I think the other unit I cut is a unit of Spirit Hosts. Or I cut a Kurlgast or Reikenor. But I think Spirit Host is the right call for now.
Mhm.
And so that leaves me with 5 points short of getting the reroll charges on the Chronomancer's Cogs, which is another regret of my list. Because I think Chronomancer's
Oh,
Cogs is super good in
yeah. Oh,
Nighthaunt.
that's tough. That's tough.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright, so that's my first thought. But then I had this other thought, and I want to talk about it because I think it's actually ludicrous and insane.
Okay.
But maybe not. So, oh, we had one extra chain rasp. Oh no, those are the chain ghasts. Okay. But yeah, we're cutting the chain rasps. We're cutting Reikenor. We're keeping the autocast Midnight Tome. And then we're going to add Kurdos Valencian,
Oh boy.
and we're gonna add 2 units of Craven Throne Guard. And hear me out.
All right.
So,
I'm hearing.
if I'm having a minimum size unit of chain rasps, maybe the play just to like reach out and touch points. Maybe just have these guys in where they can like run up, hit the point, and shoot at stuff, do some chip damage. I don't think anybody's gonna want to spend time shooting at these, and if they do, great. Otherwise, I
That's
can
fair.
help pull out some heroes. Kurdos Valencian makes them Galatian veterans. So, in the case where I don't need the screen, I just put them in the underworlds. And I say, I'm going to put 2 guys in your deployment zone, and if they're galley vets, I get an extra point. I drop
Oh, you
them,
can do
they
that thing.
shoot,
Yeah. Yep.
right?
So you can do the skeleton trick basically too.
Yeah,
At the
exactly.
other guy.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
I could do that with Chain Rasp, but like, them being a shooting attack where I don't even need to get into combat to get value out of them. And if they ignore them, which they probably should, I'm just going to chase them the rest of the game and shoot at them.
Right.
Is that a dumb thought?
That sounds like a you have to play test and find out kind of thought.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like an immediately dumb thought.
Because like it has
I don't know.
half the wounds of the Chain Rasp horde for 5 more points, which is my main problem with this.
Sure.
And if you put those in, because now you can put these in expert conquerors and they count as 15, which is kind of cool. But Chain Rasps would count as 30, right?
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah,
Helon is
I
definitely
don't know if
shit
it's
done.
worth it.
I don't know either, but like I don't know. I think
Like
everyone in the world
maybe.
says that Chain Rasps are just like they suck ass, and they do.
Hmm.
But like if there's a way to get value out of them, this is how you do it.
Yeah.
Like I'm not. I wanted to try them at some point anyway, just to be sure. I think this is what I do with them, and I think there's actually merit here.
Yeah, give it a go. See what happens.
Yeah,
So worst case, they're two free. They're 2 free points from the battle tactic, right?
yeah,
Basically. But then
exactly.
again, I guess chain gas could be the same thing, right?
Yep, they could be.
So it's not really a game
It's
there.
not really a gain.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking if I have the Midnight Tome to autocast the Purple Sun, I can give up Master of Magic and just put in Ruler of the Spirit Host in case one of these blade guys gets removed. I can do the cheater thing if I'm lucky. But I hate that it's
Hmm.
a 4-up roll. But I think that might actually
Yeah.
be
Right.
good. But I don't know if it's better than Master of Magic. Maybe we do Cloaked in Shadow, which is the one you like where you can only be targeted once.
I do like that.
Yeah, I might get more value out of that. Since I have less chain or spirit host to screen with and eat wounds.
I don't know. I think you got plenty of lists you can try
Yeah.
and try to figure it out. But that's exciting.
But like I think this might be a kind of a cool spot for Craven Throne Guard. Because I hate like just disrecounting them. Yeah, reinforced chain rasps are really good too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're one of the best bad units. Because they don't really do much other than like sit there and soak. But I think they're really good at expert conquerors right now. Just because you're right, because of Ethereal and Discorp, right? And this is an army that can ignore bounty hunters if you have positioning correct.
And and sitting there and soaking doesn't sound like a bad thing also. Like that's
Yeah.
powerful. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard somebody compare them to like a unit of 5 liberators.
Hmm.
Interestingly enough, where it's like they're the same wound economy. They're only a 5-up save, but it's ethereal
Yeah, so
as
it's
opposed to
different.
like the 4-up with +1, I think.
Yeah.
So like it's similar, but like it's not 1-to-1.
Right.
But like I could see the temptation of just having like a couple little tiny chaff things. They're definitely your cheapest chaff per wound. And with the
And there
purple
might
sun, they're
be
not terrible. And with the other charge bonuses, you can get them Ren too. Melee.
and then there's definitely something to be said about having them in expert conquerors because like you could just kind of have them sit on a point and you like really make them your opponent not just be able to like come up and just be like, okay, this is mine now.
Yeah,
They
because they're
actually have to,
30.
like do something
Yeah,
to get the point.
I agree. Oh, that's
I don't know.
another
That's
thing too. Is the purple sun will give the crossbows an additional rend, and then so they're
cross
rend two when they're
boost.
shooting, right?
Yeah, I can't believe you were calling them something else earlier.
The Craven Throne Guard.
Yeah,
Oh,
what
that's
is
what they're
that?
actually named.
No, it's
No,
no.
silly me. Mm-hmm. I've got 80, but it's not by choice.
Oh my goodness.
Yep, I have 80 as well, man. I think I got a lot of them from like the Soul Wars box, and then when Night Hunt were like bad, they were like selling them for like real cheap. And I wanted to run the Reichenor's Condemned list where you brought like 2 units of 30 and brought like 2D or 3D6 of them back, and then the edition changed and you lost like War Scroll battalions.
Oops.
Yeah,
Yep.
but I bet I could still run 80 and do pretty well. Because I think the Purple Sun really changes them too, which is like anything with an additional rend is huge. And like I've gotten them to like rend 3 before.
That's pretty silly.
It is really silly, yeah. Which is what I mean with like my bad take was like I didn't like them because I didn't get anything new
Yeah.
in the book, but like they got the allegiance abilities, which are huge for them apparently.
Can you imagine if they change Purple Sun again and it doesn't give that, and then you have to like do everything all over again? Again?
Yep. Yeah, actually there's FAQs today. And I'm surprised
Oh,
they
were
didn't
there?
touch the Purple Sun, yeah.
I feel like I've been looking the whole day and I didn't notice that. Are they just like stealth FAQs?
Yeah, I get like it was on their website and I only know it because I joined a Facebook group after this event
Oh,
and
okay.
they just like talked about it and what did anything of note change? Maybe we could talk about that real quick. Yeah. Oh, the new battle force is insanely good for Night Hunt, by the way, or Vanguard box, whatever the
Oh, what does it come with?
comes with 10 Grimgas, 20 Chain Rasp, a Knight of Shrouds, and a Spirit Host.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So this is what I did notice in the FAQ. Is this seeable? No, not really.
Uh, oh, I guess you haven't gotten there yet
Yeah.
on my screen.
Oh,
Anyway.
okay. Yeah, because you're a little behind. But yeah,
Yeah.
three
Oh,
claws
yeah.
step
That's not.
ahead changed. Because remember how we were talking about like using the rat ogres to get the +3? They changed it to unmodified.
Oh, yeah.
Of course
That
they
was.
did. Yep.
Yeah, that was one of those things that you figured they were going to.
Yeah, because yeah, but it's sad, but I get it. And it's probably for
Yep.
the best.
Yep.
Great or Thankful can take lore spells now. And weapon team you can't do the clown car build anymore. Which was like you can carry one of each of these units. So like 10 clan rats could hold a warp fire thrower, a grinder, a rattling
Oh,
gun. So now they
yeah.
just made it every 10 can hold a weapon team basically, which we all
Okay.
knew was going to happen, but
Was that the was our buddy gonna do the clown car build? Was that like his whole thing?
his works in the way that adheres to the FAQ
Oh, that's good.
already, so
Okay.
it's good. Yeah. The
Yeah.
Sylvaneth one just got rules clarifications that we already knew, and we didn't get the important question of should you be able to throw endless spells through the spell portal, which the answer is, or the, not the spell portal, but through the trees.
Oh,
And you
interesting.
can, rules is written, and they didn't address that, which I think is a
Oh,
big
okay.
mistake.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lady of Vines, you can teleport to her, but or you can teleport away from her, but you can't teleport to her, of course.
I think we knew that, right?
Yeah, we did know that, but they just
Yeah.
clarified it.
Oh, okay.
Um, Bellicor, I don't think like anything big changed here. Oh yeah, they deleted Emerald Host and Reichenor's Condemned.
Oh, were those technically still around?
Yep, somehow.
Interesting.
Well, because like the book and the General's Handbook says Broken Realms Bellicor is still legal, so you could play
Oh, okay.
Legion of the First Prince, but they can't. They didn't like FAQ part of the book away.
Yeah.
Um, Core rules they undid the thing with the I think we talked about it a little bit where like you can only put one modifier at a time. So like if they got plus one damage from a charge or like they changed the weapon characteristic, you had to pick one of them. And then they just changed it so no, they stack like everybody thought they did forever.
Oh, I don't honestly even know what that situation is.
All right, so the example they give is Nikelian King who casts Flaming Weapon, and then they got the Wave Rider ability. So Wave Rider makes the spear go to damage 3,
Okay.
and Flaming Weapon gives +1. And then a couple months ago, they put an FAQ saying that you had to choose one or the other, not both.
Oh, what?
Yeah, and everybody's like, what in the fresh
Why?
fuck is this? And then
Yeah.
they rolled back on it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yep, Awaken
Good.
Wildwoods are Wildwoods. Yep, we knew that. And what are you here? Begin with the result. Each player gains. Okay, that's nothing really. And then what did we get here? Can I gain control of multiple objectives and lurkers below? No, that's like the tug of war one. The quarters of the
Oh, yeah.
battlefield in this battle plan are only treated as objectives and do not prevent you from setting up models or terrain features. Okay.
Oh, that's actually interesting because it does say for all abilities and everything, and then normally,
Oh, yeah, then you couldn't
um,
put trees down, technically, right?
yeah, you couldn't put trees down, you couldn't put any faction terrain down,
Mm-hmm.
anything. Yeah.
Yep, yeah, and you could put your tombstones down, of course. If anything would give characteristic of wounds more than 4, do they lose Galatian Veteran? No. So if you do the Nurgle Fleshy Abundance, they still stay Galatian Veteran.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
That's nice to have.
Yeah.
Um, so if you summon a unit that is eligible to be Galatian Veterans, are they? Yes. I thought so, but it's good to hear confirmation there.
Yep.
If I add a unit to my army after the battle begins, yep. Okay. Same kind of deal. Can I have one guy in the middle for show of dominance? Yes. Okay, we knew that, but it's nice.
Yeah, I think
And
it
then
was we did
coalition
nice.
rule stuff. And for some reason, Lord Croak and Incarnate can't be picked as idols for the idols mission. And then
Which
just
wait, which one is that? What?
so you pick 3 idols. It's called In the Presence of Idols, and it's like you pick 3 guys, and if you kill them, if you kill your enemy's idol, you get a bonus point. But they also half the guys that run from morale.
Okay.
So
And
you
you
can't
can't pick,
Lord Croak or the Incarnate.
they just decide to say that?
Yep.
Oh, okay. That's weird.
Because it's funny to me, because it's just like, I think the reasoning is because they have like things that like cheat death, basically.
I mean, yeah, they definitely do.
But why isn't Marathi on that list if that's the reasoning?
Does it say like if you kill them or something like that specifically?
Yeah, I guess so.
So if it says that because you are not actually ever killing them, right?
Oh, okay.
Because they had to roll to see if they then die.
Okay.
I think that's probably what it is.
That's probably what it is. All right. You did it, Bill. You found the
Yeah,
reason.
we got it. We got it.
Yeah, that's a largely whatever rule, but it makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yep.
I'm just
Hey, look,
surprised they didn't
I
word
did
it
it.
in a way that like makes it so that if Croak and like Incarnate die, does that count? Yes. But that's okay.
Yeah, but they could have like taken damage from the cell, like from different sources or whatever. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe it's just easier to just say no, 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 and just be done with it.
Yeah, I'm more
And then you don't
positive than
have to.
negative with that, but yeah.
Yeah,
It was good stuff though. It's overall, it makes sense.
yeah.
Yeah, and Electman, yep, you're right. We figured it out. Marathi still does die normally. Yeah, I didn't even think of that reading that. That's smart. Okay. And then the points changes that came with the battle scroll and not in the general's handbook. All right, cool.
Sure.
All right, we're about a half hour over.
Yeah.
But that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, it was a good
So,
time.
yeah, next week we're going to begin brainstorming our custom battle pack.
Yep.
And for those who weren't there for the previous show where we talked about like our our grievances basically with battle tactics and what we think we would want to change. We talked about this idea where it was a collective pool that you pick, like kind of like enhancements are for battle tactics. And then when you go into the game, both people are able to try to score from both pools.
Yeah.
But like, let's say there's like a kill a battle line, right? So like you picked the kill battle line, I didn't, and I could take the kill battle line from you, and then once it's gone for good. But like, I could have had to take the battle line, and you could have had to kill the battle line, and then it's there to get twice, right?
Yeah, or I think we were debating whether or not it was twice or if there was just less available or
Yeah,
what we thought was better.
something to be played around with. But yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, we just think it would be cool to have like community made stuff too, and be the change you want to see, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So we're gonna brainstorm that, and I'm really excited for that show. And then after that, I think we're gonna do like a retro review on some older books.
That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I kind of
Yeah.
want to talk about Night Haunt because my opinions greatly changed from our review show.
Yeah.
But maybe we do something older. So I think Slaves could be a really fun talk too.
Yeah, see where it exists like right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because there's like that's a book. There's a lot going on.
Oh, there definitely is.
Yeah, but if you have other show ideas, I'd like to hear them too, for sure. And of course, all I'm gonna get in the habit of talking about all these could be found on YouTube.
Yes,
Grandeline's
indeed.
Death
Yep.
is the channel.
Go back and watch
Um,
all our old stuff.
I should make a little bot command where I like put exclamation YouTube and the link pops up.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I'll get to that. But you know what? I'm gonna call it a night. And I'll talk to everybody next week. See you guys.
Yeah, see you guys.